What's good with it, Black Goose TV family, man? Double salute as always. I'm here. It's time. Finally, y'all already know, man. Fluence Lounge 99, one away from the big 100. What better way to welcome back Fluence Lounge than none other than Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Of course, we also got the Treat UFC 291, which, by the way, I got that up right here, right now. Michael Chiesa versus Kevin Holland is about to start. That's the first fight of the main card on UFC 291. Of course, I'm gonna be watching Terence Crawford, Errol Spence as well. But as we know, it's the undercard fights over there. I'm not really that interested in those, except maybe the Issa Cruz fight. But then at the same time, I'm not really interested in that fight either. So I'm probably, for the majority of this, I'm gonna be getting, my good times on watching the UFC 291 card, and then once Terence Crawford and Errol Spence is making their way to the ring, I'm gonna switch over to that. But hey, man, happy Saturday to everybody. Hopefully, y'all Saturday's been good, great, and nothing less. You feel me? And if it hasn't been, if you hop up in here, hopefully this makes it better. You feel me? Because this is a good night when it comes to combat sports. Period, man. So. I'm excited. I'm amped. You feel me? I got all my errands done for the day. I got my workout in. Hopefully y'all saw the daily check-in. You know what I'm saying? It went crazy. It was hot, super hot. It was crazy hot where I'm living at. Your boy felt a little dehydrated at the end of the workout, and I tried to add something to it, which probably wasn't the best idea, but at the time, it didn't seem like the best idea, but I'm happy I ended up doing it because, I'm feeling really, really good right now at the crib. Energy is on 100. Endorphin releases on 100. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, man. So once again, we here, man. Double salute. Anybody that comes up in here, show your boy some love, please. Hit the like button. Get me in the algorithm because, everybody and their mom is going to be going live for this fight tonight. So help your boy out to try and get into that mainstream stream. You feel me? By hitting the like button down below. Also, if you come on here, you got anything you want to say, feel free to go crazy in the comment sections. I'm never tripping about that. And then, of course, too, at a certain point in this live stream, I'm probably going to drop the link, and anybody can come up in here if they want to. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time. Fluence Lounge, you already know what it is, baby. Be lounging while Fluence. So hopefully y'all got y'all drinks, y'all got whatever you need. And even if you're going to be sober, man, just go ahead and go crazy and get fluenced off the energy. You feel me? So we got Kevin Holland and Michael Chiesa is about to start. The first fight of the main card for UFC 291. Like I said, that's going to have most of my attention until Errol Spence and Terence Crawford make their ring walk. I'm not really interested in any of the other fights on the Terence Crawford Errol Spence card. But of course, one of the best things to do when it comes to a historic night like this in boxing, combat sports, period, because we got a great card on UFC, and then we got a historical matchup between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence happening. One of the best things to do is, speculate. So this is going to be the last time, the last chance that all the Errol Spence fanboys, Terence Crawford fanboys, or if you're down the middle, it's the last chance you're going to be able to make your prediction, say why this fighter is going to win, say why this fighter is going to win, say how this fighter is going to go and win, how this fighter is going to win, etc. So, if y'all come up in here, man, even though I got my eyes locked in on this UFC 291 card right now, feel free to go into the comments. Let me know who you think is going to win between Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Let me know why, all that. Go crazy with it. So just have a good time, man. Don't hold back, man. We here, man. I'm excited as ever, man. Here we go. Michael Chiesa versus Kevin Holland's about to start, so I'm going to have my eyes on that a little bit. Need to get hydrated, man. I ain't had enough water today. I ain't even finna cap. Now, I'm a big Kevin Holland fan, but I'm also a fan of Michael Chiesa. Chiesa is an OG of the sport. If you follow MMA for a good amount of time, there's no way you can't like Chiesa. I'm very interested to see how this goes because Chiesa is such a big guy, even though he's coming up from 155 to 170. Kevin Holland's coming down from 185 to 170. Holland is just natural, a smaller frame, period, body type. So I'm very interested to see what happens if Chiesa gets the chance to get his hands on Kevin Holland. Will Kevin Holland be able to? Is his takedown defense good enough and jiu-jitsu good enough to be able to prevent Michael Chiesa to really just grab onto him, drag him down to the ground and be able to do what he does to most of his opponents? Oh, good work from Kevin Holland. Oh, Kevin Holland's looking strong. Chiesa's not liking the power. I'm surprised. The striking from Kevin Holland, as always, is looking elite, but I thought maybe it wouldn't be as effective as I'm seeing. Oh, he dropped Chiesa with the uppercut. And that's something. Who was I watching? Oh, the Weasel. Shout out to Weasel, man. He said Holland's probably going to try and utilize that uppercut a lot when he sees Chiesa trying to go for that takedown. And right away, that was part of the game plan. He got dropped, but yeah, Holland, you want to get off the ground. You don't want to be on the ground with Chiesa. If he still has any wits about him, get up out of there. Yeah, that's good work right there. I like that. Don't get sloppy, Holland. As y'all see, I'm going for Holland. I'm always going for Holland, even though I really like Chiesa. And I wouldn't be surprised if Chiesa wins this fight. By the way, y'all, blue Gatorade to me is the best Gatorade. If I were to rank the Gatorades, blue Gatorade is number one, yellow Gatorade is number two, and then number three, it's a toss-up between red and orange. That's my personal opinion. But back to the fight. Holland went for that uppercut again. First takedown from Chiesa. Oh, yeah, that's a beautiful takedown defense from Kevin Holland. I thought he got it. Chiesa went for the single leg. Stayed true to the single leg, then switch it over to a double. And I thought he had it because he had his hands locked. And Holland did a great job getting the underhooks and bringing them up. Try for the outside trip from Chiesa. Wasn't able to get it, but it looks like he has his hands locked. Still does. This is beautiful takedown defense from Kevin Holland, and I'm surprised. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Okay, this is a fight. This is a fight, y'all. This is a fight. Oh, this is getting dirty. Chiesa wants it to be dirty, though. Oh, nice knee from Chiesa. Did that drop? Nice knee from Holland. I don't know if that dropped Chiesa or if Chiesa just went for the takedown at the same time. Oh, is this a Darce choke? Darce choke. He tapped. Kevin Holland won by submission on Chiesa. Relatively easy. Wow. That is the best I've seen Kevin Holland look. Whoa. Wow. That was a hell of a performance, man. That was a beautiful performance from Chiesa, man. I'm sorry, from Holland. He made light work of Chiesa. I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that. The takedown defense from Holland was phenomenal. And then to finish, you're going against someone who usually submits all their opponents. He's great on the ground. Jiu-jitsu is ridiculous. Holland comes out with the submission win. What a great way to start the card. What a great way to start this combat sports night. Hey, man. Hey, Fluence. Wow. Episode 99. Just think about it. We've done 99 episodes of this thing, y'all. 99 live streams, man. That was a hell of a fight right there. Kevin Holland, honestly, he dominated from the beginning to the end. Holland has real power, man, because you could tell when like right off the bat, oh yeah, he dropped him from that knee. But you could tell him right off the bat when Holland landed a very clean shot. Chiesa was I think he was really surprised by the power from Holland. That takedown defense, though, that's what everyone's going to be talking about, man. His takedown defense was absolutely phenomenal. What a great fight, man. What a great way to open up the card. Kevin Holland with another amazing performance. He's going to get a bonus. He's going to get his 50 racks. He's getting his 50 racks, man. That was beautiful. Knee dropped Chiesa, went straight into that beautiful Darce choke, and was able to finish him. Beautiful. Very beautiful work. Hey, man, great way to start that card off, start the night off. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect it to go that way. I did not expect it to go that way at all. I'm very interested to see how the rest of the fights go, because I'm like, after Kevin Holland, we got the Derek Lewis, the heavyweights going crazy with it. And then after that, what we got? Unfortunately, I'm so mad about the Wonder Boy Pereira fight not going through. But hey, man, there was a possibility that would probably been the one that's going to go all the way to the decision. I think every fight that we have that's currently on this main card is going to be a banger, bro. Like no cap. I think it's going to be crazy. You can tell Chiesa was disappointed, but I don't think Chiesa should be disappointed at all, though, to be 100 with you. I personally think Chiesa did his thing. I think, honestly, against anyone else against Kevin Holland, I think Kevin Holland is going to be a problem for the 170 division. Chimaev, he's not in the division no more, so I would love to see him kind of make his way. I would love to see. Think about Kevin Holland versus Kamaru. That's an interesting fight. Kevin Holland versus Colby Covington is an interesting fight. Because I'm like, that's the thing. Kevin Holland is one of this division. You can kind of put Kevin Holland in that Leon Edwards category where he's not a natural wrestler, right? He's more of a striker who has to get, basically develop his wrestling or at least his takedown defense so he can utilize his best skill set. 170 division was dominated so long by wrestlers. Leon Edwards kind of, was able to uh, obviously stop that momentum of, the domination of wrestlers in the 170 division. So it opens up, you know, it opens it up for guys like Kevin Holland. But from the Twitch side of the game, what's up, Geeter Dunn 56? You watching live? I am watching live. I'm watching UFC 291, the card right now. I'm watching. That was the first fight of the main card. Kevin Holland, Michael Chiesa. I'm not watching the Terence Crawford, Errol Spence card just yet. I'm not going to go over there and watch that until Errol Spence and Terence Crawford are making their way to the ring, because I'm not. Let's be 100. If you compare the undercard of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence to the main card of UFC 291, there's bangers throughout the entire card. So it's like, why would I sit and watch? And I know, probably a lot of the boxing channels who are like, very big on boxing enthusiasts and all that, they're watching that entire card. I get it. But I'm a combat sports enthusiast. So I'm watching UFC 291 until Terence Crawford and Errol Spence makes their way to the ring. Okay. Who do you think wins Crawford versus Errol Spence? Man, I'm gonna be 100 with you. I like my personal opinion, the way that I think it's gonna go. I think when it comes to rounds 1 to about round 6, we're going to see Errol Spence have a lot of success. I think his pressure, how he's constantly active, how he's constantly pushing the pace, is going to look very good for Errol Spence when it comes to rounds 1 through round 6. So much so where, a lot of people, when it's going into round 7, a lot of people are going to think it's kind of going to be in the bag. But I think once it hits round 7, things are going to turn around. I think a lot of the success Errol Spence is going to have between round 1 to 1-6, Terence Crawford is going to be dissecting that. Terence Crawford is going to be analyzing it, and he's going to be looking for where he can utilize, his most, his strengths in boxing, which is obviously counterpunching, and then also, utilizing his feet to be able to put himself in a position for him to have the best reactionary counterpunch to be able to put his opponent down. So me personally, I don't think it's going past 10 rounds. A lot of people are going to be talking a lot of heavy shit. Especially Errol Spence fans. I think round 1 through 7, but I think after 7, you're going to kind of see the momentum change. You're going to kind of see Crawford kind of being able to take control of the fight, going to be able to land in counter punches that, a lot of people didn't see before. And I think by round 10, Errol Spence is going to be stopped for the first time in his career with Terence by Terence Crawford. So that long story short, I said all that to lead up to Crawford winning 10-round TKO. That's my personal. That's what I think, honestly. Got to put it in. See, and I know what you was thinking. I was saying all that. You thought I was going to end up saying Errol Spence. I'm telling you how I think the fight's going to go. Like, I think Errol Spence is going to have a lot of success in the first half of the fight, but I think once the second half of the fight comes in and Crawford's able to download everything Errol Spence does, because the thing about Errol Spence is, yes, and this is what a lot of people I saw from Errol Spence fans. And people who think Errol Spence is going to win, they're going to say, well, the pressure is going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. It's going to keep coming. I do believe that. I do believe the pressure is going to keep coming. The problem about Errol Spence, though, is if you watch this fight, you have to be honest with yourself. Errol Spence can become predictable. Errol Spence does not mix it up when it comes to throughout the fight. Errol Spence has a game plan. He sticks to it, and he makes it work because of the constant pressure. I don't think that's the best way to approach Terence Crawford, because Terence Crawford is going to download, okay, this is what he keeps doing. This is what I need to do in order to prevent that from being successful. So, get it down 56 said, I think Crawford will win, but best of luck to Errol. Both very talented. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I got 10th round TKO Crawford, but, I wouldn't be surprised if this goes 12 rounds. Like, when I was doing the live stream yesterday and I was watching like all of the reactions and interviews after the weigh-ins, the one that I still put as number 1, that if I were to bet money on this, it would be Calvin Ford, Gervonta Tank Davis's trainer, and he basically said, "Hey, look, either man can stop one another. They both got power." And but he said he was short and to the point about it. He was like, I personally think, um, someone's going to get dropped, but it's going to go 12 rounds. But we're going to have a clear winner. And I was like, man, I just love that analyst. I don't know why, but I thought it was just a great analyst. He was very straight to the point, and I was like, I can see that happening. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes decision. I wouldn't be surprised if that decision um, ends up being made based off of one person being dropped. Like the fight's so close, one person gets dropped, and that's what makes it. That's what makes a clear winner for it. Hopefully, we don't have a robbery or controversy. Even if there is, you know what I'm saying. Let's go back to Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury. It makes for a great second fight. There's a rematch clause, no matter who loses. So, there's that. I'm not buying the pay-per-view, and talking to you is just as good. Yeah, if you're not going to buy the pay-per-view, I got you, man. I'll let you know. As soon as Crawford and Spence is making their way to the ring, I'm gonna let you know. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Come on, man. I'm on YouTube too. I'm just not on Twitch. If I was just on Twitch, I got you. But I'm on YouTube. I'm streaming on YouTube, man. I'm streaming on Twitch too. So I can't do that. I got to tell you about what's happening. You got to be okay with the results. I will say this though too, man. If you got if you got an internet and if you got some good ad blockers and pop-up blockers, you don't got to pay for the pay-per-view. I'm not paying for the pay-per-view. That's all I'm going to say. But I got it in HD. But yeah, if I was just on Twitch, I got you though. I'm on YouTube too. I'm on both. But salute to everybody up out there, man. We got Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson coming up next. I'm praying Tony Ferguson does not get murked in this. I don't want to see my boy Tony Ferguson get hurt, man. And it's crazy because of all people, they got him going against Bobby Green, who I love Bobby Green. I've loved Bobby Green even before people noticed him. He's somewhat of a fan favorite. He's not still as big as I think he should be, pause, but you know what I'm saying? He's a lot more recognizable now and a lot more loved among UFC fans. I've always loved him because I love his style of fighting. I love that he brought that Philly shell into one of the first dudes to really do that and utilize it in all of his fights, hands down, man down type. You know what I'm saying? He's a great fighter to watch. I've always loved Bobby Green, but this is one of the worst opponents I think you can give Tony Ferguson when it comes to being out of the elites of this 155 division, because what a lot of people are saying is like, well, if you look at his last 5 losses, it's against the top, the upper echelons of the division. So let's give him Bobby Green, someone who's never really been able to get in that, upper echelons of the division, and let's see if he still has it. The thing about it is they could have picked, why not give him a wrestler or something like that? Why give him someone who's going to stand in front and bang and use his hands? You know what I'm saying? Pause. Like, why? And Bobby Green's hands are lethal. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm underestimating Tony Ferguson because of those 5 losses. Maybe we'll get surprised. I'm hoping to be surprised. But Brian Guzman was good with a double salute. You said, who do I have winning? Now, I'm assuming you're talking about Terence Crawford, Errol Spence, and not Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson. Like I told my guy, Geeter Dunn 56, I think the first 6 rounds is going to be very Lost One coming in here. What's good with it? Good to see Lost One. Hey, man, hope you're doing good. Yeah, man, I'm doing excellent. Hope you're doing good too, Lost One. Who you got? I got Crawford by KO 11. So I'm going to answer both of y'all because I'm assuming Brian's asking the same thing about who I got winning. Lost One got Crawford by knockout 11th round. Lost One, his prediction is pretty close to mine. I think the first 6 rounds, first half of the fight, even all the way up to the 7th round, a lot of Errol Spence fanboys, a lot of people who think Errol Spence is going to win, they're going to be very happy with what they're seeing. But I think once it hits about the 8th round, we're going to see the momentum change. And I think that Crawford is going to catch Errol Spence, and we're going to have a TKO 10th round. So that's my prediction of the fight personally. I think it's going to go 10 rounds. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes all 12. I wouldn't be at all. So that is a very strong possibility. Tell y'all. Blue Gatorade. That's the best Gatorade. Hands down. So Brian Guzman says, I think Spence KOs Bud by 9. So I'm not mad at that prediction either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad. It's interesting, though, to see, like, whether we have Terence, whether you have Spence, it seems like majority of people do believe that this fight is going to go into the later rounds. I don't think anyone believes that this fight is going to end early. Like it seems like majority, whether you're a fan of Spence, a fan of Crawford, where you're down the middle, whoever you may be choosing, it seems like everyone or majority of us are in agreement that this fight's going to be determined when it gets into the deep waters, I should say the least. You know what I'm saying? So we got ninth round prediction: Spence KO Bud by Brian. Last one got Crawford KO by in the 11th round, and then I got a TKO from Terence Crawford in the 10th round. So anybody else who comes up in here, drop your predictions. Let's see what y'all think, man. Let's see how consistent across the board we got it going. So Tony Ferguson is making his way out right now, y'all. Any boxing heads up in here, so you know, I am not watching the undercard of the Crawford Errol Spence fight, just because I'm not interested in any of those fights. I will be switching over to that as soon as they start the walkouts. But until then, I'm watching UFC 291 because let's be real. If you love combat sports, why wouldn't you be watching UFC 291? The main card stacked. The first fight, crazy. Kevin Holland with the beautiful Darce choke. And I might be wrong with that choke. It looked like a Darce to me, but I might be wrong because he had the one arm in, so it might have. But anyways, but it was a beautiful finish first round on Michael Chiesa from Kevin Holland. We got Tony Ferguson for Bobby versus Bobby Green. There's no way this fight isn't going to be a banger. Like there's no way. Both of their styles, it might be a fight of the night. I'm just hoping that Tony Ferguson really comes through and does what he do. You know what I'm saying? Even if he loses, I hope he loses in grace, fashion, and style. You know what I'm saying? Bon appetit. You know what I'm saying? Put the parsley on top of the pasta after you made it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Better living, higher class. So that's what I'm hoping for. He kept saying throughout the whole entire week, Ferguson, he was like, man, 5 fights and I'm back to the title. So I guess he's basically saying I got to win 5 and I'm back in title run, contention. That's high hopes, man, because he's coming off a 5-fight losing streak, and majority of those fights he lost pretty bad. And I don't mean pretty bad in the sense like he just got dominated. I mean bad as in like there was a lot of damage to him. And that's different. A 5-fight losing streak where maybe you had like what happened with Chiesa, like he got, dropped with a knee, Darce choked. That's a little different, quick or a decision where it's, back and forth, not too much damage. But Ferguson, literally in every one of his losses, if it wasn't a brutal knockout loss, brother was beaten to a pulp, respectfully. So we'll see how this one goes, man. Bobby Green, Tony Ferguson is about to start. I think it's going to be a good fight. Let's see what's happening. Salute to everybody once again. Happy Saturday. Got my little sip, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I know, fluencing. Last one says it's going to be a crazy fight either way. I think so too, man. I think regardless of whoever wins, I think we're going to be happy with the results. Or maybe I'm just saying that because one of the worst things in the world, like this is what I don't want. I don't care. Like what I don't want is a early, like us to be shocked. And let's say Errol Spence comes out, stops Terence Crawford in the second round. That's what I don't want. I don't want this to be 2 rounds, 3. I don't care if Errol Spence stops him, Terence Crawford stops him. I don't want it to happen before the 7th round. Let us get at least 7 rounds, right? And then I don't want a controversial decision, right? I don't want some people to be claiming robbery, even though if that does happen, it will, it will fuel and make the second fight a lot more popular. But I don't want that. And if it does go to decision, I don't want it to be a boring one, even though I don't expect it, because Errol Spence, I don't remember Errol Spence. He's never had any boring fights. Terence Crawford has never had any boring fights. So I would be surprised if any of those if any of those outcomes happen. But obviously, I'm saying fingers crossed. Let's hope we get at least 7 rounds and 7 rounds of a war, or at least beautiful boxing. Either one works. Okay, Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green has started. I like the movement from Tony right now. He looks good. Oh, right away, Tony got hit with the big right hand from Bobby Green, switching stances. I didn't like that. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Now that was good head movement from Tony. There we go. Come on, Tony. I love Bobby Green too. I love Bobby Green. I'm probably more of a Bobby Green fan than Tony, but Tony's such a legend of the sport. I want him to do good, man. Stay out of range. There we go. Oh, he's still getting touched a little bit too much. I don't like that. Okay. The only thing about Tony now is he still has the movement and his head. Like I love that his head movement is still there too. It's just he's slower. That's one thing I really know. Oh, nice going for the takedown. That was a good move from Tony. Oh, taking the back fairly quickly. But that's the thing with Tony that I've noticed. I'm like, he's a lot slower, and obviously that's from age. That's from a lot of battles. But I think one of the things that made his style so electric and so hard to deal with was the speed factor, the speed on the feet, speed from the hands, the speed being able to, switch from going for a takedown or looking for a sweep, whatever the case may be. Okay, but so far it's a good fight. Tony looks good. He's not taking a lot of damage. Bobby is getting the best of him, though. I won't lie. As was said, I don't see it being boring. Both of them have a lot on the line. I agree. I'm the same way. I don't see it being boring. I'm just saying I hope none of those outcomes happen because like all like fights with such big expectations. Ooh, that was a beautiful counter from Tony. But fights with such big expectations, how many times are we let down, right? It's usually the fights where we don't have that big of expectations where it's like, man, they're amazing. And I'm not gonna say that's all the time. I just let me not be a Debbie Downer. All right. This is gonna be a great fight. I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping that's how it is. That's it. I'm not gonna let me not jinx it or nothing like that. Let me just say great things. Speak it, believe it, receive it. Deontay Wilder would say. Oh, that was a beautiful combo from Bobby. Oh, he dropped him. Oh, Ferguson dropped Bobby. My bad, y'all. I don't mean to be screaming. Tony looks good, man. Dang, if man, I should have bet on Tony, man. He's such a big underdog. That was an eye poke. That's an eye poke. Yeah, that was an eye poke. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the fights that you wait for years, and then when it finally happens, it's like, how many have we seen? And we watched it, it's like, we here. Then we watched it and be like, man, that wasn't what I thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that's going to be the case. I'm not saying that's going to be the case. I'm just praying and hoping that it's not the case, right? They both have rematch clauses. So whoever loses, however it goes, it doesn't matter, but they both have rematch clauses. So we're going to see this fight again, regardless. That's one thing, too, a lot of people haven't really been talking about. I've seen a lot of people, well, I haven't been checking out what a lot of people have been saying other than kind of like blogs and stuff. But, you know what I'm saying? And at least, from my perspective, if there's one thing at least the fans have not been speaking about is the rematch clauses, no matter who loses and who wins. So they both know they're going to get another shot. We know as fans we're going to get another one of these. So last one, yeah, there's a lot on the line, right? But if there's an understanding that there's going to be a rematch regardless, I don't know. Let me not talk negative, though. You never know. You feel me? Tony Ferguson got the eye poke. It looked pretty bad. I won't even lie to you. Here we go. We back, though. That eye poke looks like it's bugging him. But he's like, man, let's go. It's Tony. Tony not going to be worried about no type of eye pokes. I'm just hoping it doesn't. That's crazy, though, because they're both like momentum type fighters. So I wonder if that pause and momentum is going to have an effect on the rest of this round. Tony's still moving, man. He still has the footwork. He's still moving. The jab looks good. He's still very unorthodox. It's a little bit different how he moves now. It's not, I don't want to say as fluid, but I think it's a little bit more calculated. And I don't think it's because of I wonder if it's because of his past losses, or I wonder if it's just because of a switch in style, maybe because, not a switch in style, but maybe just trying to refine some things, or, you know what I'm saying, tone some things up. So this is interesting. So the eye poke came. Tony Ferguson seems to be getting, Bobby's landing a lot more ever since that eye poke. So I wonder how much that eye poke has affected him. Oh no, that was that was nasty. And Tony just took that right on the chin. Tony looks noticeably different since the eye poke. He's getting hit a lot more. He's swinging. He doesn't look the same. How bad was that poke? Because his momentum was on the up before it. He dropped Bobby Green. Now it seems like, I don't know, man. If I'm Ferguson, I'm not even gonna lie, man. If I'm a Ferguson fan, I think I want him to retire after this. I was just saying, man, I should have bet on Ferguson as big as an underdog, but that eye poke, man, that got him looking a little. I don't know what's going on, man. He just doesn't look like. Oh no, he's getting hit by some big shots now. Ferguson's getting hit by some really really big shots from Bobby Green now. This isn't good. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! The eye poke happened, and Ferguson is getting pieced up, man. Can he see out of it? Because he's acting almost like he can't see out of it. Like if I'm his trainers, the first thing I'm doing is like, Tony, close your other eye. Can you see? How bad was that eye poke? Is you all right? Because you acting completely different since that's happened. Because you was not getting tagged before. Right after you got pieced up, like you was winning the round. You dropped Bobby Green. That should be an automatic. That round should automatically go to you. That should be a 10-8 round. But then you got poked in the eye, and after that eye poke, I don't know, man, because you was getting pieced up, bro. Like it was nasty. I'm interested to see how this second round goes, man. Remember, this is something too we got to remember. Oh, that body, that needed a body. Oh well, maybe that wasn't a drop. Maybe it was more so a trip. Salt Lake City, man. They in Salt Lake City, man, and let's see what the cardio is looking like. Maybe is he slowing down? Maybe it's just that's the fact that they're in that higher altitude. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the Denver Nuggets? They won that championship. They were saying a lot of people was getting tired. They wasn't used to the altitude. We got the same situation happening. I will say this though, like I was saying previously in the beginning of this particular fight, Tony Ferguson, he still has the movement, he still has the head movement, the footwork, the unpredictability, but there's the biggest difference. And I think we kind of saw this in his last fight, is he's just slower. You know what I'm saying? He's just slower. So it's not as effective. It's almost like the unorthodoxness of it, it's almost a lot more predictable than you would think, even though he's unorthodox, because how slow he is. It's like, I see what you're about to do. And then Ferguson, I don't know what he was doing right there, but that wasn't a good idea at all. That's something that would work. Yeah, man. It's just interesting, man, when you really think about fighting, especially when you at such a high level at one point, going a 5-fight losing streak, you really just think at some point, like, yeah, nah, it's just a fluke. Like, let me just train as hard as I possibly can, and this is gonna work. But I'm like, right now, we're seeing exactly what we didn't want to see if you're a Tony Ferguson fan. You know what I'm saying? If you're a Ferguson fan, this isn't what you want to see. We got Bilal Jaffrey in the building. Where do we watch it? The bootleg. Well, you gotta make sure you got pop-up blockers. You gotta make sure you got the ad blockers, and you got some strong internet. Check out VIP League. VIP League is a go-to. Now Bobby Green is dominating Tony Ferguson on the ground. That's crazy. Oh, I think you don't have to stop. Tony Ferguson's gonna get stopped in this fight, and he should probably retire. This is not looking good, man. This is not looking good for Tony. This is going exactly how you didn't want it. Good luck. Yeah, absolutely, man. I got you, boy. Salute. Drop a like if you get up out of here, man. Subscribe to the channel. Show some love. Yeah, man, this is bad. So I thought I was hoping, I guess because Tony's a legend and obviously a legend of the sport. You don't want to see him go out a certain way. But I was really just wanting this to be a back and forth. Tony having some good moments. Bobby Green having some good moments, but this is going exactly how everyone thought it would go, but also how everyone hoped it wouldn't go. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. Tony's getting absolutely annihilated. Uh, like at this point, you really like the question is, I'm like, Tony, is you gonna retire, or are you gonna keep telling yourself that 5 fights to the title, 5 fights to the title? You ain't getting to no title, my boy. You was not who you used to be, and it's almost crazy because when you think about it, like even after some of the bad losses he had when he was fighting Michael Chandler, like he looked good. You know what I'm saying? But he just got caught. But I'm like, this is probably the worst Tony's look. Like he looks, oh man, he's gonna get knocked out. I think it's gonna be. I think we're gonna have another knockout loss from Tony, man. Oh no, this is almost getting disgusting. Oh no, and this is why I hate they gave him Bobby Green because I was like, Bobby Green's a dude where you know what I'm saying he's not gonna let up. As soon as he smells blood, he's gonna keep in. And like Bobby Green's not necessarily a one punch knockout guy. Like he's gonna tap 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 to the right spot hit. So I'm like that means that's just the damage accumulated on Tony, man. Tony's just swinging for the fences, chasing after Bobby, not avoiding no damage, man. This is disgusting. This is getting bad. Tony, man, it's just the problem with Tony is he just looks so slow, bro. The hand speed is like non-existent. It's like that joy is just it just left him. I don't know what happened, bro. Okay, Ferguson. Yeah, yeah, there you go. Come on. Oh, so that's 2 rounds of Bobby Green. Ferguson's down 2 rounds. The only way he's gonna be able to win this, he's gonna have to knock out Bobby Green, or he's gonna have to finish him. You know, I guess the best case scenario. Well, obviously that's the best case scenario, but following if he does not knock him out or finish him, um, I would say if somehow he becomes competitive in this round, in the third round, if he's competitive in this third round, gives Bobby Green a run for his money, that would be the second best case scenario for Tony. Because the first round, doing his thing, dropped Bobby, eye poke, started getting pieced up. Like, dang. Second round, got dominated the entire round. Wasn't a good look. So I'm like, yeah, obviously, best case scenario is Tony being able to stop, finish, submit Bobby Green third round. Second best case scenario, he's very competitive in this third round and wins the round. Worst case scenario, he gets stopped. Second worst case scenario, he gets brutally dominated. So let's see how it goes. Third round, Tony Ferguson versus Bobby Green. Not as exciting as a fight, though, as you maybe expected it. Oh, I wish sometimes when Tony would turn around like that, he would just throw an elbow out of nowhere. Like, why not? Oh, those are some big shots Tony's taking. That's one thing, too. That elbows from Tony have become just non existent. What's interesting, too, is now, like before, when Tony would change directions and use his footwork to be able to get different angles, he would throw at the same time. Now, all he does is just change directions, but then the throw comes after. So I'm like, this is like the activity of Tony Ferguson, and that's one of the things that really made him a problem was he would keep coming forward, but not only come forward, but his activity would be ridiculous. The amount of different angles and attacks would keep coming, but now it's like he's just moving his feet. That's all he's doing. He's not throwing any punches. He's throwing one, he throw a jab, then he's moving his feet. Throw a 1-2, moving his feet. But that's it now. There's nothing else coming from. Before he used to throw all types of different kicks, jab, right hand, hook, kick, teep kick, leg kick. Like his activity is slowed down immensely. And So far, the worst case scenario is happening in this third round, where it almost seems like Tony Ferguson is fatigued and he's just taking a lot of damage. This is it. Ah, this is one of them fights, man. How they need to see. This is not going good, man. And I hope Ferguson retires after this fight because he looks a shell of himself. He's getting pieced up, and I'm saying all this respectfully. Like I don't want to see this from a brother, but geez, man, this looks bad. Bobby is putting on a masterclass, winning all three rounds, and unfortunately, Ferguson is going through. You know, if he doesn't get stopped, he's going to go through a 3 round beatdown. Oh no! Oh no! He's just taking damage that doesn't need to be taken right now, man. He's literally a punching bag. This is not good. This is not good. Oh no! Oh no! This is not good, y'all. If you're a Tony Ferguson fan, man, this is not the fight you wanted to see. I promise y'all that. Oh no! Ferguson is getting hit with every 1-2 alive, and man, he can't avoid it. He can't get out of the way. The leg kicks are coming out from Tony, which I like. But other than those leg kicks, man, my boy Tony is getting absolutely dominated. This is getting bad. Oh no. I'm sorry, y'all, man. I just don't want to see this from my guy. Oh man, he's getting hit with everything, bro. Tony, man. Man, I hope Tony retires after this. I'm not even finna cap to y'all. I really hope he retires after this. It's like he's still a pressure fighter. He still comes forward. He still has a chin made of gold. But other than that, he's basically a walking punching bag. Unfortunately, I say that respectfully. He's a glorified sparring partner. Man, this is sad. This is sad to see. I'm not even gonna lie. After such a great, you know what I'm saying, start off to the card with Kevin Holland and Michael Chiesa. Oh, that's a big hit. Did he hurt Bobby Green? This is the punch stats: 34 to 15 first round, 42 to 13 second round, 45 to 14 third round. So y'all know the one who was in the 30s and the 40s, that was Bobby Green. So we're talking about Bobby Green ultimately tripling. Oh, is he about to submit Ferg? He submitted him. Oh my God, Bobby Green submitted Tony. Bobby Green submitted Tony. Oh my God. Yeah, it's done. Oh no, he's not gonna. Oh, he's asleep. It's over. And so the worst case scenario happened. You got submitted by Bobby Green. I really hope Tony Ferguson retires after this, man. That was, hey, Terence Crawford getting knocked out in the first round. Errol Spence get knocked out in the first round. I don't care what happens. It's not gonna have me feeling like what I'm feeling right now after watching that. That was MMA can be a brutal sport. Boxing can too, but MMA, Jesus Christ, that's a six. He got submitted by Bobby Green. Bobby Green doesn't submit anybody. What a downfall. The man who was the king of jiu-jitsu, absolutely lethal off his back. My God, put to sleep. I really hope Tony retires after this, man. And if he doesn't retire, I hope UFC, as harsh as this sounds, they need to let him go because they don't need to keep supporting putting Tony in these situations because He's just not the same fighter, and he's not the same fighter to the point where he shouldn't even be competing anymore. It's not even like no fight lower level competition. No, it's like no, you don't even need to be competing anymore. That was a head and arm choke that he submitted him with. My bad, y'all. I ain't done jiu-jitsu in like 3 years, so I'm not as goodness gracious. I just couldn't imagine being Tony right now. Life is just so interesting because like if you think about it, Tony's situation, right? The amount of money that he has, the lifestyle that he has, he would beat technically in the U.S. the top 5%, 3%, but the amount of emotional trauma, that money don't mean shit. Don't mean shit. The only way you get over that, the only way, because all you think about, because I'm like, when you're at the top of the top, all you think about is how you were one fight away. Like you won the interim 155 belt when you beat Kevin Lee, and then you had a freak accident when you were supposed to fight Khabib by tripping over a cord. And since then, it's just like, and now you're losing someone. Bobby Green is a beast, but it's like the level Tony is at. I think that man, UFC 291, man, been a hell of a card so far, man. Make sure I hit that like button, y'all. All right, so it's 10. It's 10 my time right now. Um, they're estimating walkouts for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford to be 10:30. So that means we're relatively close. You know what I'm saying? The fight after this, we got the heavyweights, which I really don't care about that. So right now, in a minute, I'm about to switch over. I'm gonna see what's going on the boxing side. I'm gonna assume Issa Cruz. Darren Williams, man, he had him a little white thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. But I'm gonna switch over to let's switch over and see what's popping with the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford card. Man, that's such an up and down. Kevin Holland versus Michael Chiesa was such a good time, and then just to see Tony Ferguson get the brakes beaten off him, it's like, sir, that's not what you want to see. Okay, so the co-main event for Earl Spence versus Terrence Crawford just finished up. That's what it's looking like. I'm going to put that up right now for the peeps. For the peeps, for the peeps, for the peeps. Yeah. Hopefully y'all having a good time. I'm having a great time. I'm not even for the cap to you. Man, whatever happens when it comes to Terrence Crawford versus Earl Spence, you know YouTubers are gonna be going crazy. They're gonna have videos for days. Was it a robbery? What do we expect now? What comes from here? So yeah, the co-main event versus Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford just ended, right? So that means it's kind of on point with the timing. When I saw ring walks was would start approximately around 11:30 Eastern. I'm Central. It's 10, so that means most likely we got about 20 to 30 minutes before Terrence versus Errol Spence begins. So we're close, y'all. We're close for a historic fight. We're close, very, very close. So hang in there. We're almost there. So that means, man, depending on how the fight goes, there's a good possibility I'll still be able to watch the main event for UFC 291. I'm gonna try and have both those up because I want to see the Alex Pereira versus John Blachik's fight. I know I said that wrong, but you know how it is. Oh, you know people are going to scream robbery, whatever happens. Well, we get a stoppage. which a lot of people are, you know, at least us fans. It seems like a lot of the kind of like boxing heads, as far as like boxers or trainers, they're thinking it's going to go decision. But us as fans, we think it's a stoppage. Whether it's Terence Crawford winning, we're saying it's a stoppage. Whether it's Errol Spence winning, we're saying it's a stoppage. If a stoppage does not happen and it goes to the cards, then yeah, lost one. It don't matter who wins. It's gonna be somebody. Both sides are gonna be screaming robbery. It's gonna be all type of shit. All hell gonna break loose. That's a fact. That is a certified fact. No doubt about it. So we shall see. But until then, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna order my food right now before it gets too late. You feel me? Hopefully y'all been having a good time. Y'all been chilling. You feel me? I don't know where y'all at right now, whoever's up in here, but stay safe and enjoy the rest of these fights, man. We're I won't say halfway through, but we're about there. We about 45, 40% through, man. Like the co-main event is done for Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. We got about 20 minutes before the walkouts. The second fight of the main card for UFC 291 just in it. So that means we only got 3 more fights left on that. So we close, y'all. We close. So make sure y'all enjoy the rest of this night, man, because this is a great night. You feel me? And I've enjoyed it, man. The only thing I haven't enjoyed is Tony Ferguson, getting absolutely destroyed by Bobby Green, man. That was tough to watch. I won't even lie. And that's what most people thought would happen. Most people assumed that would be the case. It's just, somewhere deep down, you just hope, you really hoping, like, man, please don't let that be it. Please don't let this happen to this man. But it's all right, man. You gotta live and learn. I'm hoping because I'm not watching it right now because we need some food, but I'm hoping that Tony retires, man. And if he doesn't, his team need to have a talk with him because he definitely needs to retire. It's that time, man. It's that time. But I guess I'll probably find out a little bit later. By the way, everybody who's up in here, man, show your boys some love. Hit the like button, man. Let me get into that algorithm. You feel me? Just got done with the co-main event. Issa Cruz has the belts. You feel me? Most likely, they're probably going to try and get him versus Gervonta Davis to fight again. I think that's probably going to be next on Gervonta's list. Makes sense. It'd be a good fight, bringing enough numbers, maybe, enough people pay attention type. But like I said, we're about 20 minutes away from Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford. Historic fight, historic night. Hey, I don't remember my password. I ain't think cap. I ain't think cap. Salute to the people. Double salute to everybody up out there. All right, let me see what we got going on. Trying to order me some food. I don't remember my password. That's crazy. You ever had those problems where you're trying to log into something and you just can't remember the password to it? Ain't no way. I must be trying something different. Oh God. I think the next fight on UFC 291 is going to be the heavyweights Derek Lewis versus I forgot the other brother's name. A lot of people are predicting that to be something that's going to happen or it's going to end fairly quickly. It's not even going to be nothing that's going to be long. So I'll probably tune in and tap in for that. But I think after that fight happens, unfortunately, because the fight after that is the Alex Pereira fight. That's the fight I really wanted to see the most off to UFC 291. But I feel like I'm going to have to miss that fight because I think Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence is going to already have started. But y'all know that's just how it goes, right? The fight you really want to see, it just you can't watch it because you got to watch the one that's more important. Damn, I fucked that all up. Oh, we got Vision Hawk in the building. What's good with it, Vision Hawk? How you been, dog? Hopefully all is good on your side of the game, man. God dang, I do not remember what my shit is. This is crazy. I should have probably made sure I remember passwords. It can be the death of you. That's not it either. Oh, I got it. I got it. I remembered it. Look at that. I'm proud of myself. Hell yeah. Vision Hot said, "What's up, dog? Shout out to my homies in the East Coast for keeping it real. You did a little hot always. You already know what it is, man. Shout out to you, Vision Hot. Appreciate you hopping up in here, man. Who you got winning? You got who you rooting for? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. How you got it going, man? Let me know. I'm trying to see how you feeling. How you feeling? How you feeling? I'm feeling good. I can't even lie to you. I wish I would. I'm doing exactly what I really should. Why you getting mad at me? Where you from? What's your hood? Ooh, that's off the top. I'm going to me some food right now while we got a little break in between the UFC card of the next fight. And then we got a little break before Terence Crawford and Errol Spence makes their walkout. You already know they're going to delay that joint for at least 20 to 50, not 20 to 50, 20 to 30 minutes because they want to make sure everything is on schedule. Vision Han said, Errol is my pick. What round you got Errol winning or you got to go into a decision, my boy? Let me know. How you feeling? Let me know. Let me know. I'm feeling good right now. I'm not even feeling cap to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got a free medium blue topping. Oh, so that's one of the rares right there. A lot of people, most of the people I've been talking about, you know what I'm saying? They've been thinking it's gonna be a stoppage. Everyone's thinking it's gonna be a stoppage. They think it's gonna go late. You know what I'm saying? They think it's gonna go past the seventh round, but a lot of people think it's a stoppage. So you're one of the few who actually thinking it's gonna go decision with Errol winning that joint. I'm not mad at it. I like that pick actually. I like that pick. Yeah, y'all better let me get the coupons. And what they talking about? They man, what did you already did this? I don't know where's in at. He might be working to be 100 with you. He might be in the fields working. I know he be works at night a lot, so I don't know. He was in the chat last night. They're playing games with me right now. Trying to use this coupon, but they saying I can't use the coupon. Salute to the people though. Salute to everybody. Bear with me for a minute. I'm, I'm hey, this is cool. I could work with this. I ain't mad at it. Man. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. That joint missing something. I guess it's me. Salute to everybody up out there though. What y'all watching right now? Are y'all watching UFC 291? Or y'all everybody tuned over to Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence right now since we all know uh the fight's gonna start probably within the next 15 minutes, most likely. Type of time y'all on, man. No, I don't want that. Why they always be trying to like add something at the end? They be trying to make you pay more type. You feel me? Hey, let's go ahead and add this. I gotta add my card. Hold up, y'all. I'll be right back. You feel me? My wallet. Oh, Move your body to feel it closer. Why I gotta re-enter my card details? That's crazy. It is on some bullshit. How you put this shit in, man? All right, I'm back, y'all. My bad. I have a little bit of trouble. You know how that goes. Blue Gatorade. Vision Hawk said, not gonna lie, I've seen some recent locker room footage, and I gotta admit, Crawford looks ready. I think they both look ready, man. You know what I'm saying? I think they both look like they're in phenomenal shape. I look like they both are gonna really bring it. I think it's gonna go crazy. Um, and I'm saying I really hope, like I was saying earlier, you know, some of the outcomes that I don't want to happen doesn't happen, and that has nothing to do with who wins or who loses. That just has to do with how the fight can possibly go. And what I mean by that is, you know, hopefully we can avoid controversial decisions. Um, hopefully we can avoid the fight ending before the seventh round because I'm like, this is such a big fight. I hope we can get at least 7 rounds out of this thing. Um, things like that. Other than that, I don't care who wins, who loses. Let me get at least 7 rounds. Let's avoid controversial decisions, and I'm gonna be happy, man. I think it's gonna be a good time. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm finna just check in real quick on UFC 291. Well, no. Actually, let me check in on Crawford versus Spence first. Let me see where they're at. Let's see if they got the walkouts popping off yet. If not, I'm gonna go see what's going on with UFC 291 real quick. Okay, they're going crazy with the ads. I don't got time for this. We get the reload game going crazy. Oh, we got Zen in the building. Look, Vision Hawk, you was just saying something. Zen in the building. Who you got, Flu? You already know. That ain't changed. None. Not even a little bit. All right, let's see where we at on this joint. Loaded. Hopefully everybody's been having a good time. Hopefully y'all Saturday's been, you know what I'm saying, on point. You ain't got no complaints. And if you do got complaints, let them go all out the window. You feel me? Enjoy this good time we got going here, man, because this is a rarity. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Once in a lifetime opportunity. We get to witness history, everybody. All right, I'm gonna have to go with a different stream because they be extra over here. On gang into them. I didn't know Bellator was tonight too. That's crazy. AJ McKee, Bellator, and I didn't know Bellator was tonight too. Damn. If I cared about Bellator, I'd definitely see what's popping with it, but I don't care. Bellator don't matter to me, man. But salute, man. That it really is it's a great day in combat sports. All right, why are you fucking with me right now, man? God damn. I'm just trying to see if they doing the walkout shit. Oh yeah, they is. Errol Spence is already in the ring, so I'm done with UFC 291, folks. We're gonna take our focus strictly on the main event, the main eye candy, the big shebang. Spence versus Terence Crawford. Please, people, if there is a surprising result where there's a knockout or something like that, try not to spoil it in the chat. We all got different time frames when it comes to this joint. Y'all know that. So I'm like, at least wait a good 5-10 minutes if something crazy happens before spoiling it in the chat. But I can't control what y'all do. Y'all have fun, man. I ain't gonna be that guy. But we here, man. We here going crazy with it. We are here. Legendary. You know what I'm saying? Since that butt all day. Ben Ha said salute to everyone in the chat. Let's go. Salute to everybody, man. If y'all up in here, man, hit that like button. Show some love. Who Spence walking out with? That was weak. No disrespect to Terence. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I only saw it when he was actually in the ring. So I didn't see. Then he must have been with an artist who wasn't doing his thing. Did Spence walk out first, or did Crawford walk out first? I thought Crawford would have walked out first and Spence last. Crawford was saying he was going to have. So am I tripping? Why is Crawford walking out last? This is a PBC event. You would think they would have had Spence walking out last. So Crawford was saying Eminem was supposed to walk him out. I hope he doesn't have Eminem walk out because I saw a whole lot of comments where they were saying that anytime Eminem walks out, opponents or someone comes out to an Eminem song, they be losing. And he had Eminem walk him out. I don't know if that's a good look for us Crawford fans, man. From what I know, that's not a good look. Terence Crawford is a prime athlete, huh? That's interesting. Hey, y'all tell me, am I tripping, or is usually the A side the person who's supposed to walk out last, right? Am I wrong? Why did Spence walk out first? I thought he was the A side. Does that make any sense? This is PBC. How does that work, family? Someone's not being honest with us here. And then I'm also going to say this. I didn't see who walked out Spence, but this is week 2. How is Eminem going to walk him out and he's going to play a recording of his song and not even rap? That's wild. Bro, you could have sat in the sidelines. I'd have had Money Man walk me out. I got some questions, man. I got some real questions. I don't know, man. I feel like we about to be in for a surprise, y'all. I don't know why, man, but we gonna be in for a surprise. When did Terence Crawford become a prime athlete? I always thought Errol Spence was the A side. This is PBC's event. Why is Terence Crawford walking out last? That's the case. And why did he have Eminem walk him out? And he just played the recording of the song and he didn't even rap. What was the point of that? I already don't like how this is going, man. I don't like how this is going. I should be more hype, but I got too many questions. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Nonetheless, we here. The time we have been waiting for. History in the making. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence. I won't even lie. I'm hurting just a little bit inside because I really wanted to see that Pineda versus Jan fight. But it is what it is. Let me see. Don't put explanation marks with Eminem in the building. That don't. Come on now. I'm mad even. Why you choose Eminem? And then you gonna choose Eminem, and bruh's not even gonna bless you with fake rapping like all the others do. He is gonna be like, he patted him on the back and said, "Do you think, Terence?" That's some bullshit. That was terrible. I know he's playing the song, but when you walk out with the rapper or the artist, usually at least they gonna lip sync and give you energy. Eminem's like, bro, I'm just here as some moral support. That was crazy. Vision Hawk said the fight screams distance. I won't even lie. Low ball, it does. And somebody, please tell me, like, I thought Errol Spence was the A side. How was he the A side? And he didn't walk out last. Someone's lying, bro. Terence Crawford's getting that money, boy, because he's a prime athlete. So you know the only other prime athletes right now are Israel Adesanya and Volkanovski. I'm standing by my prediction. I got Terence Crawford, 10th round TKO. Let's see how it goes, though. You feel me? I can always be wrong. I've been wrong a lot of times. Errol Smith can come out and put that work to the body, to the body, to the body, to work. Terence Crawford go dropping. Like you at a construction site demolition. You heard me? Go Prime Blue Raspberry is nice. Oh, and he meant to say, not gonna lie, Prime Blue Raspberry is nice. I haven't tried Prime just because all the reviews that I've seen on Prime is that it tastes good, but it's sweet. And I don't just drink sports drinks like that. I only drink them after I do a good workout. So I don't like sweet drinks after a workout. And maybe that's just because of my taste. Maybe because I got so used to like Gatorades, because you know Gatorade has that tartness to it. What I do like about Prime, though, I think Prime has 0 calories. Yeah, so most of them are too sweet, especially. So that's what I've heard. That's the only reason why I haven't tried Prime, because I'm like, I don't want to drink something sweet after I, run 5.5 to 7 miles and do calisthenics, or run 5.5 miles on treadmill and then lift and shit. I don't want to drink anything sweet. Like I want to either have water or I want something that does have a little bit of sweetness to it, but a tartness to it to kind of balance that out. And like, to be honest, if I want something sweet, I'll do Powerade because that's the only reason. Like Gatorade, like Powerade's sweeter than Gatorade. But the only Powerade I like is red Powerade. But red Powerade is nowhere near blue Gatorade. Blue Gatorade is goated to me. Light blue, by the way. Light blue Gatorade is goated. But anyways, everyone who's in here for boxing, we got a boxing fight, y'all. Terence Crawford, Errol Spence is literally about to start in the next couple of seconds. So here we are, man. This is going to be the first unified boxing fight in the in the 4-belt era. So it's the first time we're going to be able to have a unified a champion. My bad. It took me so long to get that out. But yeah, it's the first time unified champion in the 4-belt era. So whoever wins this is going to be making history. You know what I'm saying? Like Oppenheimer. Y'all seen Oppenheimer? You know what I'm saying? He did the atomic bomb, all that good stuff. He made history. We're seeing the same thing right now with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Obviously, it's not as dangerous to mankind, but it's history in the making. That's what we're all seeing. So everyone that's here on this live, everyone who's not, doesn't matter. Let's just go with the people who's on this live right now. We're all witnessing history together. This is something we're going to be able to tell our grandkids if you have them, or maybe some little motherfucker might be running up and down the street. You outside your crib chilling. You could be like, "Hey, young fella, I watched with my own 2 eyes. I saw the first unified champion in the 4-belt era. I saw that." So we can do that. We can brag. We can do that, y'all. So let's really take in this moment and let's appreciate it, man. Vision High said, "I'm gonna still stand my prediction. Errol by decision." I was about to say Errol by Spence. Errol by decision. That's how y'all know I'm starting to get Fluence a little bit. Errol by decision. I'm not mad at it. Not even a little bit. Errol Spence, he don't got the cut, so he's working. He ain't worried about the looks. He's worried about what he's doing. You feel me? The only other person I've seen that was on that type of time is Anthony Joshua, and it didn't work out well for him every time, but it did sometimes. But here it is, y'all. It's starting. History in the making. Let's hope we're not disappointed and we get a snooze fest. All right, let's go. We here, y'all. We got the fight of the night. History in the making. I won't even lie. This fight is actually starting sooner than I expected to, because if you looked at everything, looked at the blogs, they thought the walkouts were going to start 4 minutes ago. So a lot of people predicted this fight not to really start until about 10:45, closer to 11 o'clock. The fact that it's starting on the money, basically 10:30 my time, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8:30 on the West Coast, is interesting. Also, by the way, if you guys noticed, Terence Crawford came out southpaw. That's interesting. Usually Crawford comes out orthodox. By the way, it was interesting in the lead up to this fight, in the weigh-ins, Errol Spence looked noticeably bigger. Seeing them in the ring together, they look fairly similar in size. So that either tells me that Spence had a hard weight cut and he didn't gain back as much weight as he wanted, or Terence Crawford is deceivably bigger than he is and he cuts more weight than a lot of people seem to believe. I'll say this right now. The way this fight is just during the first round, if I was Errol Spence, I wouldn't want to continue this way because he's kind of playing into Terence Crawford's game. He's boxing, which obviously Errol Spence can box. He's a great boxer, but I would want to get it a little bit dirtier, try to get a little bit more inside, a little bit more pressure. But it just started. So, you got to fill him out. You got to get your range. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about two really good fighters like this, they're going to box the first couple rounds, first 3 rounds before they can establish what they want to do. So right there, yeah, that's what I want to see from Errol. Excuse me, y'all. Let me press the pace. Let me get on the inside. Let me throw that body shot that I'm looking to get. This first round's looking very solid. It's probably how I thought it would go. Beautiful body shots from Errol Spence. I really like that. I think that's something that's going to be something. I think that's something that's going to be very beneficial for Errol, but I also think that's going to be something that Terence Crawford is going to be wanting to utilize later in the rounds when it comes to him wanting to counter punch. But one of the big things I do want to point out is very interesting that Terence Crawford came out southpaw in this fight. He does not normally come out southpaw to start the fight. He usually comes out orthodox and then he'll switch to southpaw when he wants to become more offensive. So what does this mean? Is this a too much of a respect level from Terence Crawford, or is there something? Does he have something, you know, in his bag that? Oh, okay, that was a beautiful counter right there from Terence Crawford. That left hand. See, this is one thing that I'm thinking. Like just off of that right there, and kind of from my analysis and what I've been watching. If there's one thing that Terence Crawford can take advantage of on Errol Spence is his jab. Errol Spence's jab isn't the greatest, right? That's my personal opinion. I think it's very good, but that's how great his defense is and how good his defense is. Errol Spence's jab is the one big flaw in his defense is because it's not something that sticks. And what I mean by that is when it comes out, it comes right back. It lags a little bit. And right there, you saw that Terence Crawford, he did a beautiful counter off of that jab. So I wonder if the reasoning behind Terence Crawford coming out in southpaw is because he understands he can take advantage of countering off of the jab of Errol Spence. That first round, I can't really give it to anybody right there. If I were to give it to somebody, I can't give it to anybody. There wasn't enough going on. I never know. I never understand when it comes to like high-level boxers fighting each other, how someone can judge the first round unless it's evident. Like that right there, it's very hard for me to pick who won that first round. So 50-50. I'm not even going to judge it. I don't care who gets it. Much love, y'all. Make sure if y'all come up here, hit the like button. Salute. Second round, let's get it. So at some point, Errol is going to want to get away from boxing and filling out Terence Crawford. He's going to want to start putting Terence on his back foot and trying to corner him and putting him in traps where he can work his body. Now, the first thing that I'm picking up from Terence Crawford that is genius is that when Errol gets him up against the ropes and he wants to start doing that body work, start doing that pressure, he holds immediately. So that's going to be very effective. That's something you don't see from a lot of the opponents from from Errol Spence. It's almost like he's setting a trap. He's saying, "Hey, lure me into the ropes. I'm in that position that you want to be, where you can let off those body shots, but as soon as you're about to do it, I'm going to hold." And what that does is deceptive because it makes you get comfortable with something where you think at some point that method or that route is going to work. And what Terence Crawford is going to do later in the rounds is when you feel comfortable utilizing that, he's going to come and he's going to utilize that counter. That's going to be like, I've been waiting for that because I want you to get comfortable. As of right now, boxing wise, Terence Crawford looks like the better boxer. But Errol, I love how he's starting to pick up the pace because that's what he's going to need to do. Like I said, I don't think it's a benefit when it comes to Errol Spence to sit here and try to box. Get it dirty. Put the pressure on. Put yourself in positions and put yourself in range where obviously it's dangerous, but your defense is that good, Spence. You're the bigger fighter. Make it nasty. Pause. That's what we need. I'm like, don't sit outside of your range and then try to work your way in and then pop back out. That's not what you do. Get inside and let them hands go. Terence Crawford's defense is looking amazing so far. And his counterpunching has been on point as well. But Errol Spence, what I need Errol Spence to do is to be a little bit more confident in what he's doing. It's Terence Crawford. I'm not even going to lie to you right now. He's just looking like the better boxer. But that doesn't mean much because what do we always say? Errol gets stronger and better as the fight goes on. And so that's what we're going to need to see, right? But one thing I did say before this, earlier in this live, I said Errol Spence can be a little bit predictable. Errol Spence isn't the guy who's going to think on the fly and is going to change something up and he's going to say, this is what we're going to go. Okay. Oh, my God. Second round knockdown already, man. Y'all better put some respect on my name. I've been told you. So this is where Errol's gonna have to come out. Errol's gonna like you got knocked down, Errol. Oh no, Errol's hurt. Errol's hurt. Errol's hurt. Errol's hurt, y'all. Oh my God, it's so crazy. I've been doing this YouTube shit for 3 to 4, 5 years, and I've had so many niggas talk shit to me when I said who Terence Crawford was, and I had niggas tell me I ain't no boxing. Man, that's what I'm saying, man. This shit just like music and shit. Like the best niggas, the niggas who have the most knowledge, they don't get known. Cause I'm like, me watching this, it's like, man, I've been telling y'all niggas from day one, y'all Bob Arum weird ass niggas. Y'all racist niggas trying to say that the Terence Crawford's with the white man. All y'all niggas on some weird shit. I've been telling y'all what it is. And see, this is the worst case scenario. I say I didn't care who it was. It could have been Errol Spence dropping Terence Crawford, right? It could have been Errol Spence dropping Terence Crawford. I don't care. I want at least 8 rounds of this shit. But what I say in the first 2 rounds, the first thing I noticed was I don't know if it's a respect thing or if it's something that Terence Crawford planned for, where he came out right away in southpaw, because he does not do that. So I thought it was a respect thing, but it's obviously something that he saw in Errol Spence, where he was like, yo, I don't even need to be in orthodox. I need to be in southpaw. I'm going to get the job done. But, yo, that's a big deal. So we're going to see. Let's see if Spence comes stronger, man. We all know the tales. We all know the stories when it comes to, you know what I'm saying? We all know what he did with Mayweather. You feel me? Like, he ain't going to stop. He going to come forward. This is going to bring the dog out in Errol Spence. That's what they say. And Errol Spence is dogging right now in his 3rd round. I love it. Oh, yeah, it's a hell of a fight. We got a hell of a fight, y'all. Errol Spence said, oh, you finna drop me? Nigga, I ain't no punk. I love it. I love what I'm seeing right now. Oh, yeah, we got to fight, y'all. We got to fight, man. Please let this go at least 8 rounds, man. Let this go at least 8 rounds. I'm going to tell you this right now. This might sound crazy, and I might regret it by the end of the fight, because who knows? Maybe Errol might end up dropping and stopping Terence Crawford. But I'm telling you this right now. I love Floyd Mayweather to a T. But if Floyd Mayweather ever got in the ring with Terence Crawford, he would lose. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Terence Crawford different, boy. Oh, yeah. Remember, there's going to be a rematch regardless. But I don't know, because Errol said, I'm not going back down to 147. We got to have a rematch at 154. All right, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's watch the fight. One drop, that don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing. Can someone tell me though? Hey, a lot of y'all said Errol was the pressure fighter, right? Errol was the dude who walked people down, right? It looked like Terence Crawford's walking Errol Spence down. It looked like Terence Crawford's walking Errol Spence down. Someone tell me I'm wrong. This is crazy, man. It's almost like where you put in so much work, because, you know, I'm at a good place. Like, you know what I'm saying? I put in a lot of work in my life, man. And I don't got no one to appreciate it. But when it comes to this YouTube streets, I was the only nigga who really gave Terence Crawford props. And I had a lot of niggas say a lot of crazy shit. Oh, nah. Errol Spence finna get finished before the 5th round. I'm going to tell you this right now. I said 10th. I was being generous. He going to get finished before the 5th round. Errol Spence has a lot of flaws right now. He's having a lot of trouble with Terence Crawford. My boy is getting counterpunched to the day. That jab is fucking him up. That jab is destroying Errol Spence's confidence. Oh, no. All y'all Errol Spence, look, I'm sorry. Errol Spence fans, Errol Spence people, y'all finna see something that y'all ain't want to gonna see. Errol Spence finna get stopped before the 6th round. Oh, man, Terence Crawford is dominating this. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Someone tell me I'm wrong. Hey, Errol, my boy, if I was you, this is the crazy part. If you want to think about it, Terence Crawford not only came out in southpaw because he knew how he had a plan. He had a trap for it. Not only did he do that, but he's also saying like, yo, Errol, nigga, if I'm beating you in southpaw, you don't have any other choice but to panic. If you're beating me in southpaw, I can switch into orthodox and see if that works. I have a secondary solution if my first one is not working. Vision High said my prediction don't look realistic. Hey, the only way Errol Spence wins by decision if he starts work. Look, I love seeing Floyd in there. Hey man, I'm gonna say this. I don't like Logan Paul. I do like Jake Paul, but Logan Paul knows his fight, and there's a reason why he made Terence Crawford a prime fighter, and Israel Adesanya and Alexander Volkanovski. Hey, someone, come on, man. Y'all hear me? I'm lit. I'm having fun. Fluence in the building. Hey, is this fight not going exactly how no one expected it to go other than Terence Crawford peeps who really know boxing? Someone tell me, if you want me to be real, like be 100%, because Vision Hawk, you picked Errol. Is this a close fight? Because we're going into 4 rounds and Errol Spence looks like he's fighting for his life. This is not a close fight at all. This fight is not close at all. Errol's going to really need to dig deep and he's going to need to change something what's going on, but this is not a close fight. I've been called it, Flu, me and you. I was about to say, don't say I've been called it, Zen. Like, nigga, what? Don't say you better say me and you. Like, nigga, I've been saying what Terence finna do. I've been saying who Terence was. Nigga, I've been making videos on that shit. Disrespect me? I've been saying that. I've had streams all week saying it. Confidently. Errol Spence is not about to make it out of the 6th round, yo. Errol looks like he's out of it. Don't play me. I've been telling y'all, and y'all niggas been trying to really trying to really come in. You don't know boxing Terence Crawford's with Bob Errol and man, I'm done listening to all you phonies. I'm done listening to all you. Like, I wish Dub was up in here right now. R West was up in here. All you, I can't wait till y'all niggas come in my next live. And I'm gonna let y'all know how much you don't know what boxing is. Because I'm the nigga y'all should have been listening to from day one. I'm gonna let y'all know. Because y'all niggas really think y'all know shit. Y'all don't know shit. Y'all niggas is so... Yeah. Oh, man. I'm really on my shit right now. Oh, my God. I've been telling y'all niggas, man. Cap-ass niggas, man. Y'all want a real YouTube channel who know his shit, who know boxing? Come over here. Come over here. You want to be surprised by what's going on right now because I've been saying this shit. This whole week, I've been saying this shit. The one thing I was wrong about, I thought Errol Spence was going to look good through the first 7 rounds. I was like, he's going to look good, but then Terence Crawford's going to pick on him, then bow, it's over. Errol Spence looks levels below Terence Crawford. He's not even close to being on the same level as Crawford. Not even close, bro. Oh, that Errol Spence like he about to be done. It's about to be the 5th. It's the 5th round. Errol Spence, man, he looked red in the face. You know what I'm saying? He like a white boy that's been in the heat way too much. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, man. Where you at, Dub? Where you at, R West? Where y'all niggas at? All y'all niggas was saying that I was on some bullshit. I was supporting the white man because Terence when he went to BOK Prime and I was saying Terence Crawford was doing it for the check. Y'all was saying he was ducking Errol Spence. Where y'all niggas at? Where's y'all niggas at? All facts. Had niggas ain't feeling this here, they ain't here now. They need a search pirate. I'm telling you, bro, I'm going live for the next 20 days straight just to wait for them niggas to come in so I could be like, hey, look, you don't know boxing. You don't know boxing. I know boxing. You want to know why I know boxing? It's because I was doing this shit and I really gave a fuck about it. You are a fan. So you just like, you think because a nigga signed to Al Heyman, he's the best? All that shit y'all was talking, Terence Crawford signed to Bob Errol on some racist shit. Oh, they got to look at his cuts. Oh, we're going to have a doctor stoppage. Hey, yo, give Errol Spence the easy way out. Don't do this. Nah, let that nigga get dropped. Let that nigga get stopped. Don't let him have the easy way out. Don't let him have the easy way out. Nah, because a lot of y'all was talking a lot of shit to me. All this shit I was saying with Terence Crawford, I had so many niggas going, like being so disrespectful to me, bro. Oh, you for the white man. Oh, you don't this, that. I'm like, nigga, Terence Crawford is not white. Him being with Bob Errol don't got to do with shit. Hey, yo, like, come on, baby. Hey, Man, I really wish I would have kept this YouTube shit consistently because, you know what I'm saying, the numbers would have been way different. But it's like I ain't been doing this that long. So I'm like, the niggas ain't really here like that. But it's all good. I'm bringing it back up because this just proves the point. Stop following all those weird ass channels that be saying some weird shit. They don't know boxing. These niggas they out of shape. They show they don't know nothing. All they do is just talk really good in front of the camera. They got good production. They got a microphone. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop y'all falling for them niggas, man. Because I'm really trying to tell y'all, man, if y'all listen to me, I got you. I know this shit. I won't lie. I don't think Errol Spence is gonna give up, but I'm like Errol Spence, like we're 5 rounds in, and Errol Spence has not won one round, bro. Errol Spence has not won one round, bro. He's getting absolutely dog walked. There's a leash and a collar on my boy Errol Spence, and that shit is looking disgusting. And I love it. I give nothing but credit to Errol Spence because he keeps coming forward. Like, he's a dog for that. Like, he don't care. And I'm like, who knows? He may be able to get something that happens, but my boy is getting absolutely demolished. It's minus 1,600 plus 750 for Spence right now. It's crazy. Where all them niggas that was talking mad shit to me that said Spence was that nigga? I've been talking about Crawford for over 5 years now, and I had nothing but hate. When I would say Crawford was that nigga, y'all was saying I was a coon. Y'all was saying I was rocking with the white man, Bob Earl. I'm like, Crawford is not none. Like, where y'all at now, man? Where y'all at now? Come in and talk your shit. I'm ready. I'll even drop the link. I'll let y'all get in the actual motherfucking live. But y'all nowhere to be seen. Cap ass niggas. Errol Spence hasn't won one round. We in the 6th round. He ain't won one round. But all right, hopefully Spence can shut me up because he's still coming forward. Like, I'm not mad at it. Like, Spence is still coming forward. He hasn't given up. He's throwing some big shots. Let's see if Crawford can keep it up. Some people said Crawford was gonna look good in the beginning, and then like, if he can't drop Spence, he's gonna end up tailoring off. So I'm like, let me stop talking so much because I'm like, you never know how shit's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just like, it's just crazy because I'm like, Spence has gotten outboxed every round, bro. I'll say this though. All right, let me stop talking my shit because y'all know I'm up. Let me be a little bit more realistic. Like, I have nothing but respect for Spence, man. This has nothing to do with Spence. I'm like, the fact that he's still coming forward, the fact that he's still trying to land shots, the fact that he's going crazy, like, that's nothing but love. You feel me? Oh, so he just left the store. Okay, but I had to see where my food was at real quick, y'all. Y'all know. But I'm like, that's one thing I'm giving Errol Spence is that when I feel like I'm like, damn, like, I don't think it's gonna go past this. I'm still standing by my 10th round TKO. That's what I'm saying. You feel me? That's what I'm standing behind. But it's like I really give Spence because I'm like, he has not won a round. So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, really, for Spence to be able to get the W, he's definitely gonna have to get a stoppage. That's the only way he's gonna be able to get a W. Because I'm like, we're going into the 7th round or 6th round, whatever the case may be. He's lost every round. He hasn't won one round. You can maybe give him the 1st round. And I'm like, if you give him the 1st round, you're being generous, right? I stopped my stream to check on my food. I shouldn't have done that. Why'd I do that? They're gonna give me updates anyways. I was on my shit. I was talking about shit. Y'all know. Okay, enter my neighborhood. So I'm gonna have to step away for a minute and get my food. You already know. So was getting mad like we was saying crazy. It's not. It's just. It made me just bring up like how long I've been doing this YouTube thing, and I was the nigga who was saying shit, was focused on the numbers, and like I wasn't caring about the Al Heyman relationships. I wasn't caring about, you know what I'm saying, Bob Arum or nothing like this, or Floyd and all that stuff. And it's just I got so much heat for this shit. and probably lost, wasn't able to grow as big as I could have during that time because I was on that type of time. And it's like just seeing like now everything I was saying really like, what I'm saying, coming to truth. Like it's like, damn. But hold up, I gotta get my food real quick, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. On everything, like tell y'all niggas what it is because I'm like, y'all, it's like, man, like y'all, like that's why it's like I love boxing, but the boxing community is terrible, bro. Like the boxing community is one of the worst communities in the world, bro. Cause y'all niggas, us niggas, like we be so infatuated with everything but boxing. Like it don't got nothing to do with boxing on God. It got everything to do with everything but boxing. Hold up, my food here, y'all. I'm gonna be right back. If something crazy happens, y'all make sure y'all alert me. You feel me? Like I hear them outside. I'm just trying to get my stream up. That's crazy. My stream is acting stupid now. Like, what the fuck? Should have never just shit. Hold on, I'm gonna be right back, yo. Appreciate it. Yo, that nigga looked at me crazy. I don't blame him though. I'm only wearing some. Hey, the nigga who delivered my food, that nigga looked at me crazy. I don't blame him though, because I don't got no shirt. I just got on these small ass shorts, yo. That nigga looked at me like, what the fuck? Hey, I'm in the comfort of my own home, nigga. Fuck out of here. All right, what I missed, y'all? Am I missing anything? Did Terence Crawford get dropped or some shit? He started getting work. My stream got hella ads. Oh my god, I should have never exited out of my shit, bro. What am I missing, y'all? Please let me know. Am I missing anything? Has the fight changed at all? Is Errol Spence doing work? Did someone get stopped? Let me put all this work in and then I miss when a nigga gets stopped, bro. Just because I want to get my food and my stream got fucked up. I said no spoilers, but right now I'm like, man, let me know. This is always how it goes. Like the most important. Oh, here we go. I know I'm missing something. Here we go, baby. We back. All right, we back. It's the round 7. So I don't know. I think I missed maybe like a round or two, y'all. It looks like oh, Errol got dropped again. Oh man, Errol looks like he finna be out of there, boy. Hey, remember I said 10th round stoppage. I don't even think he's gonna get it to there. I think Errol's out of here, y'all. I think Errol's out of here, y'all. I don't think he's gonna make it past the 7th round, y'all. Man, hey, where y'all at? Where all y'all haters at? Where you at? Oh yeah, Errol's out of here. Errol's done. Where's where you at, Dub? All that shit. Errol. Tell me who know boxing more than Flu. Tell me. See, if y'all remember my original prediction, I said 8th round TKO. But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do Errol like that. I think Errol's a little bit better than that. I'm gonna give him 10th round. I said I'm gonna give him 10th round. But y'all can see my first live on Monday. I said 8th round TKO Crawford. I was like, nah, I'm gonna give him the 10th. Tell me, man. Hey, oh man, where Dub at? Where R West? Where are these Errol Spence motherfucking just fanboys? Where they at? And it's so crazy though. I was right about how it's gonna end, but I was wrong how the fight went because I was like, I kept saying I thought Earl was gonna have a lot of success in the beginning rounds. But what's crazy is Terence Crawford is the GOAT. Earl has lost every single round. He hasn't won not one round. He hasn't won one round. He's gotten outboxed. And what's even crazier is Terence Crawford didn't even come out in orthodox. My boy came out in southpaw from the beginning. So was that a respect thing, or was he saying Earl's not even that good? Because I'm like, even with Sean Porter, he came out with order. Every single fighter that he's fought, he's came out orthodox to start with. Then he switched. Bro, he didn't even give Earl that. He said, yo, Earl, I'm just finna be just southpaw from day one. Let's see what you can do with it, my boy. Oh my God, man, that's crazy. I've been telling y'all, man. Man, y'all lucky I'm not consistent with this YouTube shit, man. I'd be that nigga that people, the other YouTubers don't want nothing to do with. All you Earl Spence fanboys, all you Al Heyman fanboys, all you niggas trying to say Terence Crawford was a coon because he was with Bob Earl, and y'all don't want to talk about how much money he was getting paid, knowing damn well you was just talking that way because you wanted to get money from your YouTube channel. Like, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all got to stop being so quick to be riding and fucking with a lot of these weird YouTube niggas, man. These niggas is weird, bro. Like, make your own decision, man. If you know boxing, you know what it is, dog. I said, what was the one thing I said starting off with this pocket? Why? What I say? I said Errol Spence is predictable. He does not change. He's just a pressure fighter, and he comes forward harder, and that's going to be a benefit to Terence because he's going to breathe and pick up on that. You can't be a predictable fighter against Terence Crawford. I told y'all niggas. Now I'm almost low key mad. I'm probably gonna miss the Alex Pereira fight because of this. That's what I wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm so happy I came back to YouTube for this. Y'all already know tomorrow when I go live, I'm finna be lit. I'm gonna have the most outlandish title in the world, and I hope I get them hating ass niggas in that shit. Cause I'm gonna have so much to say, man. So much to say. I'm just waiting till 10. I give it to Errol, man, because I'm like, Errol, he's staying in there. Oh, it's over. It's over. Call the fight, ref. It's over. It's over. Hey, what's even worse? What's even worse though is like it's not even on no type of time where it's like, yo, this was a close fight type. Like, let's enjoy the fight. Like, this isn't even a close fight. So it's the 8th round. Remember, I called it originally to be an 8th round stoppage, but I changed and I said I think Errol Spence has grit. I think it's gonna be a 10th round stoppage. Earl is still in there, and I'm not mad at it. That's one thing about Earl I'm giving to him. He's lost every round. And y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Has Errol won a round? You can tell me if I'm wrong. But for me, he's lost every round. Sean Porter, I remember niggas was saying, Kell Brook, look, oh, this is what makes me so mad because I'm a Kell Brook fucking fan. Y'all saying, oh, Kell Brook, that was a weak version of Kell Brook against Terence Crawford. Nigga, I'll tell you this right now. If Kell Brook had waited a year after he fought Triple G and then he fought Errol Spence, I'm telling you, it would have been a different fight because Kell Brook is, that boy is, anyways. Let's see, man. Something might change. Who knows? These last 4 rounds, Errol Spence might come out crazy, body work, boo, 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 boo. Stop, bud. You don't know. Who knows? Early in the comments we have from Twitch, my boy Get Her Done, he said he had Errol Spence by the 11th round stoppage. That might happen. I don't know. You feel me? But as of now, Errol hasn't won one. There's not one. That's the crazy part. And remember, this is what I was telling you. I was like, man, the most hype fights. See, I'm a Terence Crawford fan, so this is really doing it for me. If you're an Errol Spence fan, this is a letdown. So honestly, the most hype fights are usually always the most letdown.
Because I'm like, as much as I'm enjoying the fight, because I'm like, yo, a lot of y'all niggas had a lot of shit to say to me. But really, in reality, if this is a regular fight, this is not a close fight. This isn't a good fight. This is a total domination from one fighter on another. Then said, bro, Bud hasn't even shown showboated at all. Usually he in there turn up, he calm all fight, he being extra gentleman where everybody was talking crazy. I think there's a method behind the madness. I think he understands, like, yo, I don't want no crazy shit to happen. I'm trying to really show y'all. Like, y'all had so much to say because I was over there. If you really think about it, the only reason, oh my God, Earl, what's up, baby? Come on, boy. That right check hook is, oh no. But I think he's looking at it where it's like, yo, I was over there with Bud. Yeah, I know. That's one thing. That's crazy. I'm like, Vision, I said, I can't wait for the, but then, yo, that's the big thing. Then said Spence don't want that. I'm like, there's a rematch, and there's a rematch clause in there. You really think Spence gonna want that rematch? This shit was not close. There ain't nothing my boy can work on where he can make the second fight look any different. But that's why I can't wait to do a live tomorrow. Because I'm going to be really interested what a lot of these Errol niggas is going to say and be like, well, you know, this, that. Because the only reason, like, let's be real, like, this is so weird, bro. Like, there's this racial weird shit when it comes to boxing. Like, the only reason why y'all rocked with Errol so bad and y'all didn't fuck with Bud was because Errol was with PBC and Al Heyman. But Bud is over there with Bob Earl. I'm like, yeah, like, man, stop being weird. You YouTube niggas is weird on that shit. I'm not a YouTube nigga. Not even close. I got a job, man. A good job. This shit I do for fun. I don't got time for you YouTube niggas trying to have this narrative talking about you should be with the black man. Like, nigga, y'all niggas is weird, bro. But anyways, man, that's another round to Terence Crawford. It's not even close. He made it past the 8th round. So let's see. Last one said he had 11th round KO of Terence Crawford. 11th round KO, Terence Crawford winning over Errol Spence. I said 10th round KO. If Errol Spence does indeed, I will say this, if Errol Spence does indeed make it to the decision, I'm gonna be very impressed. And that's gonna show why Errol Spence has had a lot of success in his career, because he's like, I'm not even going to finna lie. This fight is going to change his entire career. It's going to change his entire career. I'm like, I was just talking about what happened with Tony Ferguson and Bobby Green. This is one of them. Like, he's getting beat down to a level where his confidence ain't going to be the same, because it's like, you're not the best. But not only are you not the best, but you took an ass whooping that you're going to feel later in your years. So it's almost like at this point, going to the 9th round, is it beneficial to allow him to just make it through 12 rounds and just be like, well, look, he didn't get knocked out, but then allow that damage to supersede the rest of his career? Or is his corner going to be smart enough to stop the fight? Oh, I already spoke. I spoke about this in like the 3rd, 4th round. I think Crawford beats Mayweather. I think we're literally looking at the best we've ever seen at welterweight. And not just welterweight. If he wins this fight, this is going to be the 2nd time he's been undisputed. He's a 2-time undisputed champion. Remember, guys, I said 10th round TKO of Errol Spence. Y'all got to stop playing with my name. Stop playing with BlakGooseTV. Oh, no. I think Spence is out. I think Spence is about to be done. Spence he's done. I think it's over. I don't think Spence got nothing left, boy. Remember, I said 10th round knockout, man. Stop playing with my name, man. I might have been gone from these YouTube streets for a minute. I might not have been watching boxing like that. But I'll tell you one thing I do know. I do know the boxers I have been following. And I'll let you know who T-Bud is, man. That's game. Game, set, match. I was 1 round off. Nah, he's still in there. Okay, I was talking too extra. He made it. Oh, it's over. It's over. I was 1 round off. I said 10th round TKO. I was 1 round off. What'd I tell y'all? What I tell y'all, stop playing with my name, man. Stop playing with my name, man. Where you at, Dub? Where you at, R West? Where you at, all y'all other weird ass YouTube channels that don't acknowledge me? I don't got the same clout, but nigga, if y'all want to know how this shit really go down, y'all check for me, cause I tell you what it is. It was a TKO. It was a TKO, and I told y'all TKO 10th round, TKO 9th round. I was off a round. I told y'all niggas don't, bro. Niggas do not know they shit like they know me, bro. They don't. I told y'all how that shit would go. Errol got worked from round 1 all the way to the last. That boy got botted out. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. And you know who's next? Jamel. After you lose to Canelo, you next, nigga. And he gonna be undisputed at 154 too. Errol Spence got played with like he was a dog toy. Pause. Man, I don't even want to talk about this one. I want to go to UFC 291 and watch some real fights. Because that shit was not entertaining. That shit wasn't even close. That was a nigga. We just watched Denver Nuggets win the championship again, nigga. That shit wasn't close. Errol Spence was nowhere on Terence Crawford's left. All you weird ass boxing people that thought that Errol Spence was on Terence Crawford's level and had so much shit to say about me. I love that vision. I just said, yeah. And then Jamal, nigga, why you let Caleb Plant slap the shit out you, nigga? And you didn't do shit but say. And then when you saw the cameras were on, then you tried to do something. But that boy Caleb Plant slapped the shit out you. Now that would have never happened to Jamel. I don't care. Look, I still love Jamel. I'm not just because I know Terence Crawford will be the dog shit out of Jamel, and I also know that Jamel's gonna lose to Caleb Plant. To Canelo. I'm not saying Jamel ain't no punk. If a nigga would have slapped Jamel would have killed a nigga that night. I don't even want to talk about Jamal, so I'm gonna leave that alone. But all you niggas, man, I can't. Hey, yo, tomorrow my life finna be lit. My life finna be lit, and I really hope the people who was talking that shit to me over the last 3 years, where I was saying Bud is that nigga, I hope y'all come up in here, but they're not. They're all gonna go missing. I bet you all of them who's watching the fight right now, they probably crying. They like, oh no. Hey, Crawford didn't just walk him down; he outboxed him. I'm like that. Like Errol Spence was nowhere near on the same level boxing wise as Errol Spence. That wasn't a close fight. Tell me one round Errol Spence won. Is Errol Spence going to take the rematch clause? Bro, like Zen knows. Zen's been with me through the grind, bro. How many niggas was like, Bud is ducking, he's scared, nigga, money this, money that, bro. Was he really ducking? I'm like, Errol didn't win not one round, bro. I'm not even going to try. I don't even want to, like, I'm my reactions tomorrow. My reactions, I'm going to be reacting to the Terence Bud post-fight interview, Errol Spence's post-fight interview. I'm going to react to all that tomorrow, but I'm moving right over to UFC 291 right now because I'm hoping I can catch the Alex Pineda fight. I probably didn't, but at the end of the day, maybe I can catch the main event because I wasted my time on that fight. That fight went exactly how I did expect it to end, but if I would have known it was going to be a blowout, like that shit was not close. Errol Spence is not even close to Terence Crawford's level. That was bad, fool. It was bad. Bro, think about this. He didn't even come out in orthodox. He was in southpaw the whole fight. He didn't even, like this nigga Terence Crawford said, like, nigga, like Errol Spence isn't even a smart enough fighter for me to have to try and trick, bro. Like, let me just come out in southpaw and do what I do. Like, I don't even have to be in orthodox first to try to make him feel a certain way. Now, I can be in southpaw the whole entire way, and I can put that boy in a position that he ain't ever been in before. Pause. It's crazy. That's the crazy part, Bilal. That everybody, like, not even me. Now, that's where I was wrong, too. I'm like, even me, it's like, that's where you do allow a lot of these media motherfuckers, a YouTuber. It's like, you kind of are sure, you like, you know, Terence Crawford really is that nigga, but it's like, well, y'all really hyping up Errol like that. You know, Errol beat Kel, but Terence Crawford be the worst type of KO. But I've been saying, I was like, man, nah. That was the best KO we've seen in a minute that Terence Crawford beat. But I'm like, yo, Errol Spence isn't even close to being on Terence Crawford's level. It's not even close. That nigga lost every round. Like, what? Like, he lost every round. How do you lose every round, bro? Like, he didn't win not one round. Someone explain that to me. Spence was talking crazy. I'm the big fish. I'm the big fish. We about to have a crawfish. We're gonna be craw. We're gonna have some crawfish. This, that. Do. Bro. Hey, yo, Spence, I bet you definitely regretting that 18-month layoff, right? And when everybody was clowning Terence Crawford for fighting David Aviasan.
Why are you fighting him? You ducking Spence.
Hey, oh yeah, by the way, can I say this too? Keith Thurman beats the dog shit out to Errol Spence. Why you think Errol Spence didn't want that fight? He could have fought Keith Thurman and he could have fought Terence Crawford. He said, nah, I'm gonna keep this 18-month layout because he knew Keith Thurman beat the dog shit out of Errol Spence. Tell me I'm wrong. Errol Spence is a one-dimensional fighter. I'm finna go crazy tomorrow. Y'all don't even know. I'm gonna have the most disrespectful headline. It's gonna be the type of headline. Errol Spence is on team. They probably gonna reach out to me and be like, hey, bro, nah, that ain't cool, man. That's disrespectful. Keith Thurman beat the dog shit out of Errol Spence. That's why Errol Spence did not want that smoke before this fight, because he knew there was a good possibility he would lose. On God. Tell me I'm wrong. I want Keith Thurman, Terence Crawford next. We don't need no rematch. All right, so I'm able to catch Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje. I'm gonna go ahead and look up real quick who won the Alex Pereira fight, because that was the fight I really wanted to see, and I'm kind of pissed I can't see that. Oh, decision, John. Oh, Alex Pereira won decision against Jan? Wow, that's a surprise. How? 3 out of 8 takedowns, 52-70. Oh, so he was beating him on the feet. Good for Alex Pereira. Sounds like it was a boring fight, so I didn't miss anything. Cool. Yeah. But all right, baby. I'm on the UFC side of the game. I'm still gonna be talking my shit because I'm like, y'all don't know. This is. I'm like, I can only imagine how Terence Crawford feels. Terence Crawford probably gonna be like, oh, but I'm like, this is 4 to 5 years in the making. All Terence Crawford fans. Boots Ennis versus Bud. Boots Ennis gets washed by Terence Crawford. No one's on Terence Crawford's level. It's not even close. It's not even close. But the thing is, that's how powerful the media is. The PBC guys, they're that much better. If they're with PBC, they're that much better. And I've been trying to tell people, it doesn't matter what brand you're under. If you understand boxing, you know how good these dudes are. Like, stop putting so much weight. Stop putting so much shit into just because they're under this particular brand. Like, chill. That shit is so stupid. But we've been manipulated into that. Like, PBC brand ain't no different than the Top Rank brand. Ain't no different than the Golden Boy promotion brand. Like, let's be 100. Stop with the bullshit. Y'all ever notice when y'all be when y'all fuck with like live streams and shit like that? Well, not these live streams, but I mean when like you live streaming like fights and shit like that. When it gets to like the big events, that's when shit start going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you flew, enjoy your moment. You one of them ones when it comes to fight knowledge. Hey man, it's long overdue. Hey, if y'all really want to be on some shit, tune in tomorrow. I'm going crazy. I'm gonna be calling out everyone. I'm gonna have the link early in the chat. Cause it's like, man, bro, I'm like, nigga, let me hear what these niggas, but I bet you they all gonna be MIA for the longest time, bro. They gonna be MIA like the motherfucking artists. But I'm here now. I'm watching the main event, Dustin Poirier versus Justin Gaethje.
over here on the UFC 291 side of the game. Congrats to Bud, man. What a fight. What a fight. And I'm not saying what a fight because it was a close fight, because it damn sure was. Like, yo, look, usually I'm like, man, I'm thinking it's going to be 12 o'clock, 12:30 type joint. Man, it's 11:30. Bud did light work. Light work of Errol Spence. It wasn't even close. Errol Spence was a inferior fighter to Bud. It wasn't even close, y'all. And what's crazy is one of the outcomes that I didn't want to be an outcome happened. And I said, I really hope that this fight, you know what I'm saying, isn't one-sided. I hope, I didn't want it to end before 7 rounds, and I didn't want to have a controversial decision, and I didn't want it to be one-sided where we're bored. I wasn't bored, obviously, because, I have like I said, like, I've been having an opinion about this for a long time. I had a lot of people say a lot of stuff, so that kept me hyped. But in reality, if you're just an average casual watcher, oh, Justin Gaethje's already hurt. In the first round, he's already hurt. Oh, man. But I'm like, if you're just an average casual boxing fan, and you're like, well, I heard Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence. It's for the history. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to one of my chicks. I'm like, yo, you can come through. You can watch. Like, this shit different. She's like, well, I watched boxing before. That shit boring. I'm like, no, this is different. Like, this is the best. If she would have watched that joint, she'd have been like, this shit is boring. Because it was a boring fight. Errol Spence he didn't win not one round. The only round that was up for debate was the first round. Justin Gaethje is getting absolutely demolished. This doesn't even look like a close fight so far. But, whew, man. How y'all feel, man? Like, for real. Like, how y'all feel? Like, me personally, is this a letdown? Does anyone feel let down? Or do they feel like they got what they deserve? Do they feel like this? Do you feel like this fight lived up to the hype, or was it overrated? Right? Was it overhyped? Was there so many people involved? And this is the question too. This is another question as well. Will there be a rematch? Will the rematch clause be initiated by Errol Spence's side? Because if there's one thing Errol Spence was saying leading up to this fight, he said, no matter how this goes, if we're going to fight again, it's going to have to be at 154. I'm done with 147. Well, if I'm Terence Crawford, I'm like, well, why the fuck would I fight you at 154 when I can go straight to the motherfucking undisputed and fight Jermell Charlo? Vision Hawk said, I can see why it could be a letdown. Let's be honest. Let's just see it for what it is. If you were a Terence Crawford fan, it wasn't a letdown because Terence Crawford won, right? If you're an Errol Spence fan, it's a letdown because Errol Spence got dominated. But we can't think of it from that aspect. We got to think about it from the people who are straight down the middle, the people who have no stake in either or. All they heard was, well, this is going to be the first undisputed champion in the four belt weight era, four belt era. This is going to be history in the making. We've never seen this before. So I should watch this fight. This is going to be one of the best fights ever. And if you watch this fight, you're going to be like, what was so special about this? Like, well, you're saying that guy, Errol, he had a chance to beat that guy, Bud. You're saying this is supposed to be a close fight? Like, no, that doesn't look like it. I'm like, the other guy, Errol, got absolutely demolished. That's how it was going to look. That's how it is. This is the thing. I agree with you when you say a lot of people expected more from Errol, right? But let's talk about the fact maybe we shouldn't have had our expectations so high when it came to Errol Spence. Maybe we were manipulated. We're talking about someone 18-month layoff. 18-month layoff. Who also had a long layoff, had a big fight, chose not to take it, and decided to go straight into that big fight, Ryan Garcia. Right? What did Gervonta Davis do? Gervonta Davis fought Hector Luis Garcia in between him and Ryan Garcia so we can get prepared. Ryan Garcia had a fight lined up. He chose not to take it, and he said, I'm going to go straight into the Gervonta fight. And a lot of people said that is a bad thing to do. Me, myself, I still rock with Ryan Garcia because I'm like, yo, Ryan Garcia is from where I'm from. I can't ever not go against someone who's from where I'm from, right? What ended up happening? Ryan Garcia got stopped by the bow. It wasn't, oh! Dustin Poirier got knocked out
Justin Gaethje! Oh my God! Oh my fucking, what in the hell? That was fucking crazy. He's still on the floor. Oh my God. Yo, oh my God. I'm so happy. Oh my. Yo, that was crazy. That was crazier than the Terence Crawford Spence fight. Y'all see my reaction? Oh my God. I haven't been doing clips, but I'm gonna have to clip that. Oh my God. It was the same shit that Leon Edwards hit with Kamaru Usman. You fake like you throwing that right hand and he tries to slip it and then you throw that right high kick. Leon Edwards literally is paid the way for technique. It was the same thing that Leon Edwards hit with Kamaru Usman. You fake like you throwing the right hand. Well, you throw the right hand out, but it's a show just so you can slip to the outside, and then here comes the head kick, and then boom, you hit him with the head kick. That shit was just out of nowhere. I was just so no, not a leg kick, a head kick. He did the same thing. So remember, Leon Edwards, look, y'all see me. Leon Edwards here, you throw the right hand. This is my right hand. I'm throwing the right hand out, right? Now I'm the defender, right? If the right hand is coming this way, you slip to the outside of a right hand, right? So when I slip to the outside right hand, it's just a show. So the right hand comes, I'm slipping to the outside. While you're throwing the right hand, you're followed up. I'm not trying to show my body off or nothing like that, but right hand, this side, I'm throwing the kick. So I'm slipping to the outside of that right hand. The right hand's coming this way. I'm slipping to the outside, but then that same kick is coming to this side. Bah! Oh, they showed it side by side. Yeah, that's crazy. That was the same technique. The same fucking technique. Yo, what a night. Yo, that's crazy. Vision Hawk made Usman's name a verb. That's crazy. But he did, bro. It was the same exact. There was nothing different from the technique. It was the same exact technique, yo. That's crazy. What a night, y'all. What a night. It went by way too quick, man. I've only been on here for 2 hours. I wanted to be on here for 5. Like, this is way too quick. Way too quick, man. Like, I didn't see the Alex Pineda fight. That's the fight I really wanted to see. Oh, Dub's in the building. I didn't think Dub would show his face. I didn't think Dub would show his face. Hey, nigga. Let me know. Should I drop the link? Because I want to hear you, man. All the shit you talked to me when I told you who Terence Crawford was. When I told you where EJ's place is. You had so much to say. Hey, yo, look, you ready? You ready for the smoke? I'll drop the link because I need to hear what you got to say, bruh. I did not think Dub would show up. I wouldn't be surprised Dub wanted to drop that comment. He went to league. You know what I'm saying? I ain't expect Dub to show up. Drop the lick. Oh, we in for a night. Ain't no way. I didn't think you was gonna come through. Hell yeah, because you know my live tomorrow finna be lit. I got so much to say to y'all niggas. And anybody else too who want to just hop up in here, man, I ain't got no problem with it. Hit the link. I'm bringing y'all through. That was a crazy head kick. I'm getting this shit out of my way. I've been watching. I got my phone and shit here. I'm going to go ahead and throw that out of the way. Y'all come up in this joint if y'all got something to say, man. Let's have a goddamn good time. What I can do too to make sure y'all niggas really get the. That's me. That sounds crazy. Dub was good with it, nigga.
I don't run from no smoke. What you mean?
Yeah, you better not run from this smoke, because this is the biggest smoke you ever gonna have, nigga.
Man, no, hey, I picked the winner. I picked EJ to win. He got his ass whooped. Hey, all I can say is I give credit to Bud. I told you from the beginning. I ain't had no dog in the fight. I just thought EJ was gonna win the fight, but I was clearly wrong.
That tune done changed, though.
Hold on. Let me. I was clearly
tune done changed, though.
wrong.
Hold on. Oh, go ahead. You know, because I'm gonna get my shit off.
Yeah, that's fine. You can get it off. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for all that. But I was clearly wrong. All credit to Bud Crawford. That man went out there. He put on a performance that didn't even make he didn't make it look close. And
Did EJ win a round? Did EJ win a round?
The first round. I thought I gave EJ the first round. Outside of that, I didn't have him winning no rounds. After that, he was getting his ass whooped after that.
So can I ask you a question, man? I got to be 100 with you.
That's fine. So,
and this is why I wish, but this is how life is, man. When it comes to music industry, you know what I'm saying? Movies, all that shit, you know what I'm saying? The niggas who really got the knowledge, man, they don't get the love they deserve, right? But can I ask you this? Was you not influenced by the fact that for some reason there was a narrative that just because Terence Crawford was with Bob Arum in Top Rank, he's not that good?
No, I was not influenced by that. That's not why I picked the fight the way I picked it.
I'm not talking about why you picked the fight. I'm just talking about the underestimation of who Terence Crawford is, period. Right? Because there was a whole lot of people, including yourself, saying, duck, especially when that BLK Prime deal came out.
That was a duck. And I still stand on it. That was a duck.
How can you stand on that and Terence Crawford beat this man every single round?
I don't care about him winning the fight. When I said duck, it had nothing to do with him losing the fight. It had everything to do with him not making the fight. That's what I had a problem with.
So can I ask you a question? Because you said Terence Crawford was the person who didn't make the fight, right?
Facts.
If he didn't make the fight, who was the main entity over this fight? Can I ask you that?
Showtime, Steven Espinosa and Showtime.
Okay. Who's also associated with?
The PBC.
Correct. And who is PBC and Showtime's guy?
Errol Spence.
Who walked out last?
Do you know why Bud walked out last?
Who walked out last?
Bud did.
So if that was the case,
but wait. Do you know why Bud walked out last though?
Let me know. Let me inform me.
So and go watch. But in the contract, what Bud wanted was it would be a coin flip. He walked. So whoever walked out last was going to get introduced first. Mike Tyson came on stage and flipped the coin to see who would get the pick. So either you got the chance to be introduced last and walk out first, or you got the chance. You got the chance to be introduced last and walk out first, or you got the chance to walk out last and be introduced first. So it was a coin flip, literally, that Mike Tyson did, like literally.
And so this goes back to me basically saying, do you think there's any influence when you listen to some of these YouTubers and stuff like that? Do you believe that?
Believe what? That there's influence from YouTubers on what?
I'm saying, do you believe that they signed a contract and that was the case? Because whenever
they literally said, like,
I don't care what they said.
No.
I don't care about that. I'm going off of the history in boxing.
Go watch the coin flip, and they say
I don't care about the coin flip. I don't care what they said. In history of boxing, when we're talking about two high-profile fighters, everything in the contract is firm. Do you think this is the first time we're talking about a 4-belt weight unified champion, and they're going to base the walkout on a coin flip?
Yes, because
you believe that?
Because if Bud said that he wasn't going to take the fight, that was one of his stipulations that had to be agreed to. That's why they flipped the coin.
You really believe that?
You don't believe it?
No.
Then why did they flip why did Mike Tyson come flip the coin then?
So motherfuckers can say what you're saying and make them think that's what the reason why Terence Crawford walked out last.
Oh my God.
The real A side was Terence Crawford because let me tell you something.
Then why was he introduced first?
The reason why Terence Crawford walked out last was because he was the real A side. The reason why this fight didn't happen was because PBC, Espinoza, Al Heyman all knew Terence Crawford was better than him. The reason why there was a prime chain around his neck, and the only other prime athletes are Israel Adesanya and Volkanovski, because everyone knows Terence Crawford is the better man if you're not fooled by the dumb hype.
Once again, if you were to use something outside the prime thing, I can give you that. But Terence Bud Crawford literally asked for a coin to be flipped and for the winner to have the opportunity to pick whether they came out first or second. And regardless if they came out first or second, if you came out first, then you got introduced second. If you came out second, you got introduced first. That was a part of the contract, bro.
Let's talk about it. You better hit that link, man. Get up in here, man. But
hey, shout out to my brother. Let's talk about it. He told me the same thing. He told me that Bud was gonna win this fight, and I told him nope, EJ is gonna win, and I was clearly wrong. I
said 10th round TKO. I was off by a round.
I have no problem saying I was wrong with that. Hey, I'm happy we got the fight. That's what I was excited about. We got this motherfucker, so I'm good.
I have a lot of questions for you. There's a whole lot of questions surrounding this, but the first thing I do want to say, I appreciate you coming up in here because I didn't think you was going to.
Well, when you ever seen me duck smoke, bro?
You ain't never duck smoke, but this is the biggest smoke. Like you got. Okay, so I don't want to get into this question. I don't want to get into this question. Yeah, I want to kind of just be right, but I want to finish what we're talking about real quick.
Go ahead.
You have to understand, and the reason why I'm saying that the coin flip and all that stuff, the reason why I'm saying that's bullshit is because, like you said, PBC is the main entity. Showtime is the main entity. You have to protect your fighter. It does not look good on their side and on their brand to say, well, we already decided Terence Crawford should be the person walking out last, because I don't care what anyone says. I don't like Logan Paul, right? I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I actually appreciate Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul is respectable, but those guys are huge brands. You do not get sponsored as an athlete by Prime, and they only have 2 other people, and you're walking out first to Errol Spence. I know it doesn't seem like something that we would harp on, but I'm telling you, I don't like them or nothing like that, but I'm telling you,
real quick,
this was pre-planned, and you don't want it to look a certain way.
Let's talk about it then. He in the back.
Or Terence Crawford.
I'm gonna go ahead and let him cook first while I got my brother in the building.
Yeah, I can't stay that long because I'm in my crib and it's a little loud. Yo, Crawford.
You good? I can tell. You good?
He did him dirty. That's all I can say.
Hey, dirty 30, baby. Dirty 30.
Hey, let's talk about it. He been the one nigga this whole entire week. We've been talking about this joint. Has not the shit lined up. We were saying that's how it was gonna go. I was wrong when I thought it was gonna be close. I thought the fight was gonna be close. I was definitely wrong on that, and that's where I'm willing to admit I was influenced.
Yeah, I said somebody's gonna get knocked out, and I said that somebody's gonna get knocked out. They're not gonna run from each other. It's not gonna go the distance. Anybody can win. And I said they both get hit, but you gotta protect yourself, man. Errol Spence had himself too open. He didn't respect Bud power until he got hit with his power. It was too late, and he was playing catch up. And you know when you're playing catch up, you're gonna lose that. You know what I'm saying?
But I gotta say this. One thing in this fight that Bud did. Bud was able to use his timing to out jab EJ, and the jab that he was throwing. That's some bullshit.
Errol Spence has never had a good jab though, Dub. Errol Spence's jab has always been the weakest part of his entire game. That's why.
That's cap. That's definitely cap, Flu. That's definitely
No. Errol Spence's jab is the weakest part of his game. You want to know why?
That's cap, bro.
How am I cap? Sean Porter's main counter attacks was off of that jab. I'm like, the reason why Terence Crawford came out in southpaw from the beginning and he didn't feel the reason to use orthodox was because he knew one of the main counter punches you can utilize was against Errol Spence's jab. Errol Spence does not have a good jab. He has an effective jab, but he doesn't have a good jab. Well, let me take that back. He has a good jab, but he doesn't have a great jab. He has an effective good jab, but it's not a great jab. He leaves himself.
You see the UFC fight? Not to change the subject. You see that?
Bro, I went crazy. That was crazy, dog. I didn't even. I was over here. I was talking crazy. I was talking about the Bud Errol Spence, and when that shit happened, I was like, nigga, my whole mood. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
That was wild.
Let's get to Terence Crawford because Dub don't know nothing right there.
But real quick, you telling me I'm wrong? You telling me Errol Spence has an elite jab?
Absolutely. He still has against people that ain't named Bud Crawford here.
Yes, he has a good jab, but not the night he ain't have a jab.
Hell, no, look. Every time he threw that bitch, Bud did one or two things. Bud was jabbing with the jabber, and the problem was Bud, the longer fighter, he had better timing, and he was throwing a more power jab than anything. And that power jab is really what was fucking EJ up, bro. It was making him reset. It was fucking his timing up. And so, hey man, but at the end of the day, I'm not trying to take nothing from Bud. I'm giving that man credit. So
no, you is. No, one thing I saw from this dude, it was some white dude who was on Instagram. And I was like, wow, that was a very interesting take. He pointed out something that I've never really give credit to Bud. And he was talking about how fast his feet are. And he was showing the difference between when he fought Sean Porter to Errol Spence. Sean Porter was able to enter in with Errol Spence pause and be able to turn Errol Spence a lot and be able to put him in positions where he was able to, basically get in a brawl, which Sean Porter likes to do. But that's also a benefit to Errol. So Errol didn't mind. Every time Sean Porter tried to do that with Terence Crawford was very quick to be able to do a pivot, do the matador, or be able to put himself in a position where he's not where he wants to be, where Sean Porter can get into, technically a brawl. And when I saw that, I was like, damn, yeah, Terence Crawford, we always talk about how fast his hand speed is, etc. But then when I was watching, I was like, damn, he does have fast feet. And that's what made me kind of lean toward being like, okay, 10th round TKO, because I was like, Errol Spence, he fights like he's stuck in the mud, which is not a bad thing. That's a good thing for how he does what he does. But I'm like, going against someone like Terence Crawford, it's going to be hard for him to be able to capitalize on what he does best, because Terence Crawford is not going to be able to let him just stick there and throw those body shots and make it dirty. And you saw that in the beginning of the fight. Terence Crawford will allow Errol Spence to lure him against the ropes. And as soon as Errol Spence would get there, what do? He grabbed him and then he turned him.
Yep.
So he gave him an illusion. Like, yeah, you can do this the first 3 rounds. And then after the 3rd round, every time Errol Spence did that, rather than grabbing him, he just used his foot speed and he just moved around him. And then he started walking Errol down. It was beautiful.
Yo, he had a good game plan. He was just big. To me, I don't know. Now you ask me this, tell me this, Doug. Errol Spence didn't have nothing on his punches to me, it seemed like. I don't know.
It's like he was pity patting in there. But this is my thoughts on it. So
18-month layoff. We gotta talk about that. That's not an excuse.
Hell no, ain't no damn excuse. If you get in the ring, nigga, you gotta fight. But
18-month layoff means something. I'm like, why? You should have fought between that. Like, come on.
But this is the thing. Like, let's talk about it. Just said. If you look in the first round when EJ came out jabbing, I thought EJ won the first round. He was the more active fighter. Bud landed the best shot in that round, but EJ was the more active fighter. When
first round doesn't mean shit though against elite fighters.
I got you. Give me a second. Let me finish. Damn, can I finish? So
I'm up. God damn it. Let me live. Go ahead. My bad.
I think in the second round when Bud was able to catch him with that flash knockdown, one thing that EJ was working on, he was working on trying to go to the body. He started trying to double up his jab and then trying to go to the body. And then that's what gave, and when he did it, he had his head low, and that's what gave Bud that opportunity. Bud see it all. And so that gave him that opportunity to counter him, which will end up being that flash knockdown. After that, that's when EJ didn't have nothing on his punches no more. Why? Because in the anticipation of going to the body, fighting behind the jab, he was getting clipped. He was getting clipped with shit. And hence the reason I was saying one thing about Bud, I always said one of the best things I love about him is his timing. He got elite timing. And he was able to time EJ. His jab was always, it was getting there first, and his jab was hitting harder than what EJ's was. And that's what took the steam off the punches, because once that steam on him, shit, that's why you keep getting knocked down, because when you got that steam behind him and you miss, you end up lunging off balance and getting clipped. And that's what was going on. So he had to take something off of it, which it became a detriment to him later in the fight. Go ahead.
Can I say though this? I'm like, I agree with everything you said, but can we put a little bit to the trainer of the year, James? If it was me, and I'm like, this might not have been the smartest advice, but I would have told him, I was like, I know you got clips trying to do what you're best at, but don't go away from it, because at the end of the day, that's what's working. Because if there was one thing that I saw that was working, the jab wasn't working from Errol. Hooks wasn't working for Errol. Pushing the back wasn't working from Errol. But what I did see that was working for Errol, when he threw the jab and then he threw that left hook to the body, threw the right hook to the body. Those were landing. And I would have told him, you're going to be in danger throwing these, but that's going to be your best offense. So you have to be willing to take the risk for the reward. But like you said, when he got dropped and it was early, and that was if you want to be 100, that was probably the most beneficial thing for Terence Crawford.
Was the tone setter. That was the tone setter.
It was a tone setter. And you're fighting someone who's undefeated, you're not used to being that vulnerable. So it makes you be like, well, I don't want to be any more vulnerable than I already is. Like, I don't want to get dropped to the point where I can't get back up. I don't want to get knocked out where head down, ass up type crazy shit. But I'm like, that's where the trainer comes in and tells him, like, I know you got hit, you got dropped from that, but I'm telling you, your best work right now is still coming forward, throwing the jab out and going to the body. But you saw he completely stopped that. And that's when he lost, because I'm like, your best tool, you allowed it to be taken away from you. And that's why he lost every round.
The thing was what, in my opinion, first off, EJ, when he got to the inside, he accepted too many clinches. That's the first thing. Then it got to a point where Bud wasn't even trying to clinch. Bud was the one refusing to clinch. You know what I'm saying? And EJ was initiating it. The problem was when you get inside like that, you gotta let your hands go. But he couldn't let his hands. He couldn't let his hands go because he was too worried about what was coming back.
It was the power. It wasn't worried about what's coming back. It was the power that was coming.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he used to things coming back and hitting, but he used to eating that and keep going. When he felt that power, it was a different type of power. So when he throw his jab and he's getting caught and getting countered with that, guess what happens? He's like, whoa.
What the fuck was that?
Huh?
No, I agree with you. I'm agreeing with you. He's saying, what the fuck is that? Well, it's coming back.
Yeah. I understand what I'm saying is things will always come back to, even when he finally always come back, he always going back and forth, even with Ugas. But when he felt that power, he couldn't come back. He couldn't throw, like you said, he had to let his hands go. He couldn't let his hands go because he was scared of the power. Not what was coming back. He hit him on the knockdown and knocked him down. You feel what I'm saying?
Real quick, can we say this too? Can we say this too? Because I like, power was there. What was coming back? No one expected it. But let's just be 100. Like, there's one thing that we're all kind of not talking about. Terence Crawford is a better boxer than Errol Spence. That's really the main point of everything. Is like, when it comes to Errol Spence, he's very good at what he does. But I'm like, Terence Crawford is the better boxer. So the reason why he was able to utilize and do all the things that he was able to do that surprised Errol Spence was because Errol Spence got in there and was like, well, damn, everything I'm trying to do, I can't do because he's 2 steps ahead of me. And that was shown. And like, there's one thing I'm going to always, because I'm like, nigga, I've been doing YouTube for so long. Like, I got live streams from 4 or 5 years ago. I got niggas come like, nigga, this is Bud Crawford. Like, this is how good he is. I'm talking about Bud and all this stuff. I got people talking about like, yo, you a coon and all that type of shit because Bud with Bob Earl. I'm like, he not really that good. All that type. Like, nigga, I'm telling you right now, when it came to this particular fight, it literally showed Errol Spence's boxing skills was nowhere near the level of Bud Crawford's. It wasn't even close.
Hey, Goose, you gonna be loud tomorrow?
I'm going crazy tomorrow. I'm going crazy. I'm gonna have the craziest title. I'm gonna be calling out every nigga that was talking crazy to me, saying that I was a coon when I was saying that there was no duck and all that type of shit and all that type. I'm going
I
crazy
ain't never
tomorrow.
called you a coon. I ain't never called you a coon.
I know you did it, but I'm just saying I'm going crazy tomorrow because I'm like, you understand? I'm like, I can only think what Bud finna be on. Bud finna be going like he made millions, right? I ain't make no money from this shit, but I go in. But it's also, this is a good weekend for me. I won't even cap for you. This is a really good weekend for me. So I'm like, this is like capping it off for a nigga. I'm like, yo, like I feel.
You know, Bud
like,
have a fish fry. You know, you're gonna have a fish fry, right?
Hey, I'm
I need to.
I'm gonna fry some fish tomorrow. To be honest,
You know, big fish. You know what you do with the big fish? You fry the big fish. You cook them. You smoke them.
I just remember Errol Spence was saying crawfish. He was gonna have some crawfish. And I don't think there's gonna be any crawfish when it comes to his fish fry. Nigga.
Hey, I can't wait to see the. I want to see the. Now, I do want to say this though. I really gotta say, man, I think the way Bud after the fight, and you know,
you see what Danny said real quick though, Dub. You see what I didn't know because I got a lot of questions I want to. Well, I won't say a lot, but I got like 3 or 4 questions I want to ask you. But one of them was on the rematch because there was a rematch clause no matter who loses, who wins. Apparently, I didn't watch the post-fight interview because I watched the UFC shit. But go ahead.
No. I agree, and I'm gonna keep it short. I got other amends I gotta make tonight, so it is what it is, and you know I'm gonna stand on mine. So, but I agree with him. I want to see the rematch. The reason I want to see the rematch is one thing. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, damn, if you listen for a second. The reason I want to see it is because according to Errol Spence, this is according to him and according to you, Flu, he said that his timing was off. That was the biggest difference in the fight. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that's what he said. And timing, I always say timing means damn near everything. Timing beats speed every day. Timing can beat power. You know what I'm saying? Timing is one of the most elite aspects of boxing. And tonight he said he didn't have his timing down. It was off. And that he feel like it'll be better if next time they fight. That's what he said. And so I don't know if I think that the outcome changes, but hell, I still think that these are 2 of the best fighters in the world, and I want to see them fight again. That's me.
So you want to know why I disagree with you?
Go ahead.
I agree with you where it says timing, that matters, right? 18-month layoff, you finna fight the best ever, you underestimate him. Ron Garcia.
That matters.
Yeah, Ron Garcia, you're from where I'm from. I rocked with you, but why the fuck you didn't take that fight in between and make sure you was on point? I don't know. But
and that's where other people confidence. They say, "Oh, that's how you beat him. Oh, you just counter him. Now you got the method of beating him, and he had no head movement at all. If he had any head movement, movement, it would have been a better.
And it's how you know be regular niggas too.
But the head movement he did have, guess what he did? He ducked straight down. And
his head movement was into getting hit.
Exactly. He ducked right into he ducked straight down into punches. And
he looks like an amateur for real against Bud.
But let's be real, because Bud is top level. But no, we're regular niggas, right? Not regulars. Like I'm talking about in the boxing. Like we doing our shit. But I'm like regulars in the boxing. We regular niggas. But I'm like look at it in this aspect where it's like, okay, you were looking at Terence Crawford. You must not have no respect for him. How you not fight for 18 months and say I'm finna fight this nigga and I think I'm gonna win? That doesn't make no sense. Like everybody has so much shit to say about Terence Crawford fighting David Abianson. You fighting below your weight.
Avanesian.
You buy Abianson. I'm sorry. You fighting a nigga that nobody knows. Why are you taking this? You fighting on BOK Prime. But it's like,
it's a tool.
Yo, like I
gotta stay active.
I'm staying active. Like y'all can say he's weak, but he's keeping my shit on point. Pause.
That's what we say.
But my problem ain't him staying active. My problem is him sliding out the back door and not just saying, bro, I need a tune-up. Just say you need a tune-up, bro.
No, y'all sitting on the back.
You can't say that. You fucking up the price. Don't say you need a tune-up. You're not gonna get as much money as you're supposed to get. Don't say that. No.
Look, he's getting 10 million for that fight, and y'all ain't want him to look at the books. Let's stop playing these games, dog.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about let's talk about it. Yeah, talk about it.
All
He's
right.
the own
I ain't got
promoter.
time.
He got his own money. You know what I'm saying? And he knocked him out.
Hey,
It is what it is.
let's talk about it. You said you can't be here too long tonight, so I can't be here too long either. But
Nah, Dub trying to weasel his way out.
man,
You don't got to be here long. Let me ask you this. I got a question. Go ahead, Dub. I got a question. Before you leave, bro, I got a question. Before you leave, nigga, I got a question.
You're never gonna say I'm trying to weasel my way out of shit, bro.
You know I'm gonna talk my shit. I got a question. I got a real question for you when it comes to this shit.
Nigga, I show up any time I show up the same way I came here, and
I got a question for you, nigga. I got a real question for you.
I'm trying to weasel out of shit again, bro. Respect.
Hold up, hey Dub. It's for you, Dub. Yo, Goose, you gotta go on Dub channel and talk to them niggas on there over there. They know they boxing over there a little bit, but I think you'll be good over there.
Niggas know they boxing. Yo, look, I'm arrogant, nigga. After tonight, I can only imagine what Terence Crawford at. But I'm like a nigga like me, I'm on my arrogant shit. All y'all YouTube niggas is bullshit. Because I've been talking this shit 4 years telling y'all niggas what Terence Crawford was at. And I had too many niggas coming in saying I'm a coon, saying I'm supporting Bob Errol, saying I'm on some bullshit. And I'm like, no, nigga, I've been telling you, I've been the first nigga to tell you I never believe in the word duck because that shit is not real. Ducking that's not real in this shit. All this shit is money and business. But I've been called certain things. It's all good. I don't give a fuck.
No, and I will say, because I do understand. I know niggas like that who, just because you rock with Bud, and even I always say, I'm not a huge EJ fan, bro. I'm not a huge EJ fan. I'm not a huge Bud fan. I love both of them.
I support EJ. That's the crazy part.
I pick EJ to win the fight. I pick him to win the fight. Hold on. We can't hear you. You on mute. Let's talk about it. You on mute, brother. You on mute.
Nah, bro, chill. Like what you be saying. Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you. Put yourself on mute, nigga.
I did because I don't know if my background too loud or not, so I don't want to mess up the stream. So
you've been good this whole time. I won't even cap to you. I'm like, we haven't heard your background. Well, we heard a little bit, but it's like it hasn't been a problem now. You've been good this whole time, so you straight. You don't got to put your shit on me.
Okay.
You in the nigga stream, bro. I ain't sure about none of that shit.
No. I'm just saying. I want people to hear each other and stuff like that. But Doug, man, I could have swore you said you was an EJ fan, and I like EJ. When we was talking about the promoting stuff, stop playing, man. You can't move the goalposts on me, man.
He love EJ.
Hold on.
He love EJ. He love PVC. Yeah, call that nigga out. Dub is trying to cap.
I was having a discussion about he being his own promoter, and he don't want to fight him because they don't want to see him in the books. I said he not scared of him because he get beaten.
He called Terrence Bud. He called T Bud a duck.
I called him a duck, and I still stand by that.
That's crazy. How you gonna call a nigga a duck? That's crazy.
But hold on, and
that's crazy.
I told you exactly why I said that.
That's
crazy.
I
had told y'all multiple times why I said that. The fight was supposed to happen November 19th. I had my shit booked. I was trying to be there. I wanted to be in the motherfucking arena.
So I'm finna fuck. Go ahead.
He pulled out that shit and went to BLK at the last minute through the back door.
He was the one who pulled out of it, right?
Hey, it pissed me off. It hurt me. And damn it, I caught he a duck. He ain't make the fight when it was supposed to happen.
All right, so Dub, I'm finna fuck you up right now because I'm so happy because I was trying to remember.
Go ahead.
I was trying to remember what was the question I was finna ask him, and I kind of lost it because we was talking that shit. But you just reminded me.
Okay.
He pulled out of it, right?
Yes.
Supposedly, allegedly. But he fought, and he fought, and he made.
According to him, he pulled out of it. According to him.
And he fought, and he made 6 figures plus, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Why didn't Spence fight? Because last that I checked, Keith Thurman was ready to fight Spence. So I'm gonna say this right now: Keith Thurman beats the dog shit out of Spence, and Earl Spence was scared to fight Keith Thurman.
Mercy.
because he was like, I might possibly lose to this nigga and not get the Terence Crawford fight.
And
Tell
that-
me I'm wrong.
And now we
Tell me I'm wrong.
done gave this man a path to talk about sometimes Thurman. It's a damn shame. Nobody don't want
That's funny as fuck that you say that. Tell me.
Talk about sometime, man. We're not talking about sometimes right now.
Who is Keith Thurman lost to?
Manny Pacquiao.
Who else has he lost to?
Man, he lost to Manny Pacquiao. Man got one.
Okay. Okay. So I'm like, you talking like Keith Thurman ain't a motherfucking legend. Like, no, nigga, how you fuck? Like, you can't tell me Errol Spence.
The man
You say Terence Crawford ducked Errol Spence? You telling me that Errol Spence ain't ducked Keith Thurman? That fight was on the line, ready to be signed. And that nigga said, nah, let me take this 18-month layoff and I'm going to wait for Terence Crawford to be ready. He could have fought Keith Thurman.
Bruce, you done went somewhere that I'm not even trying to go right now. I'm not.
That's what it is, though. All this is connected.
You got it. I'm not trying to go to Keith Thurman tonight. I'm not
talking about Keith Thurman. I don't want to talk about him. Like, that's how I know I'm right.
You got it. Like I said, I'm fit to be out. But
I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Get up out of here, Doug, because I know you on that bullshit. That's how I know you ain't ready for it.
And this is the crazy thing, bro. I'll pull up. I always pull up, man.
Pull up tomorrow, man.
But I'm on the bullshit. When I
you on bullshit because I'm like, you not really talking about Keith Thurman. I'm like, how you gonna talk about Errol Spence having an 18-month layoff?
Right now, that's what I'm telling you. Errol, we just had.
How you gonna say Terence Crawford ducked Errol Spence, but Errol Spence ain't ducked Keith Thurman? That don't make sense.
You got it. I told you.
I'll be here tomorrow, nigga.
I ain't talking Keith Thurman tonight, bro. I ain't talking sometimes. So
I'm not trying to talk Keith Thurman. I'm just trying to let you know. I'm like, you can't say one nigga ducked, but then you saying another nigga ain't ducked.
You got it, bro. You got it.
That's all right. Tonight's so goddamn good. I'm like, Terence Crawford really is switched everything, nigga.
He want to argue about Keith Thurman after Bud just won. All right.
I don't want to argue Keith Thurman. I'm telling you.
And why would you even bring him up?
You're saying Terence Crawford ducked Errol Spence.
I'm talking about Bud and EJ. I'm not talking about sometimes Thurman.
Real quick. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Do you hear anything I said? Am I tripping? You're saying Errol Spence ducked Terence Crawford ducked Errol Spence to fight David Aviasson, right?
I know you like.
And I'm saying Errol Spence ducked Keith Thurman to fight Terence Crawford. That's all I'm saying.
He ducked Keith Thurman to fight Terence Crawford. That don't even make sense.
18-month layoff.
That man said he ducked Keith Thurman to fight Bud Crawford.
18-month layoff.
All right, bro. You got it. You got it, Fluence.
You know why? You know why it makes sense? Because if he loses to Thurman, then where's that fight with Bud go at?
So I'm so happy for a third party. Thank you.
So that's why he wasn't nobody but Bud. But Bud don't care because he has confidence in his skills. And that's why he's taking fights like whoever he just fought and beat in BLK, because he doesn't have any like mandatories like that. So
thank you.
Thurman threat. He has to fight better competition. So that's why he said he ducked Thurman to fight Crawford for the bigger payday.
Absolutely amazing.
And I'm kind of being a troll. I'm not saying he really did, but
Goose, that's how you
bringing the same energy. I'm like the same energy y'all was giving Terrence Bud when he fought Aviasson. Y'all was saying, oh, he was ducking Spence, all this type of shit. I'm just saying, I'm like, yo,
Spence. Stop saying y'all because I never said that.
No, I'm not saying you. Let's talk about it. I'm saying to Dub. A lot of y'all with Dub, y'all was saying he was ducking Spence.
This is what
I'm saying. I'm like Errol Spence could have fought Keith Thurman, and then he could have fought Terence Crawford, but he chose not to fight Keith Thurman.
Amazing.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that like why is that such a big deal? Why is that some shit that is just crazy? Like why you? That was there. The Keith Thurman fight was there for Errol Spence before the Terence Crawford fight. After they found out Terence Crawford and Errol wasn't happening earlier in the year, and Terence Crawford was going to fight David Aviasson, they said, well, you got Keith Thurman here. Keith Thurman said himself, I'm ready to go. Errol said, no, I'm finished this week.
We'll talk about it tomorrow, Flu. I'm not talking about Keith Thurman tonight.
I know you don't want to because that shit hurt even more than the loss Errol Spence took.
None of it hurt. None of it hurts me, bro. Like,
because you know, oh, I'm so happy. I was talking so much shit. R West is in the building. R West. Hey, you another one of them niggas
what?
that has so much shit to say about T-Bud and Errol Spence. What the fuck? Like everyone, come on, man. What the fuck you got to say?
That nigga still got his smoking.
Only thing I had to say is, I'm never switching up. I'm never switching up. My
Stand on your shit, nigga. Stand on your shit.
Whole family we'll never switch up. Nigga,
Stand on your shit.
I'm trying to figure out why y'all niggas arguing about some shit before the fight. Bud won. He was the better man. Fair and square.
No,
he
Bud dominated. He just went. He dominated.
Wait, let's talk about
dominated.
Let's talk about. Let R West get his shit off. I want to hear everything R West got to say. Get your shit off, R West.
It's a wrap. He did what he's supposed to do. Spence can do nothing behind the jab. He nullified that completely.
Okay.
Bud jab was strong as hell.
Okay.
I don't know if that first jab in the second round threw his equilibrium off or what, but Spence ain't look good walking back to the corner. He didn't look good. I'm not even talking about the second round. I'm talking about in all the subsequent rounds. Spence did not look good walking back to the corner. My family even kept saying they was
let him get off. Let him get off.
That's pretty much over.
No. Can I ask you something? Wait, Dub. I'm gonna let you get this. Okay, go ahead, Dub. Go ahead.
Always real quick, and always that's my brother. I will say, half the time he looked like he on wobbly legs when he be walking anyways. So some of that shit I didn't know. There were times I ain't gonna hold you in the fight where I was like,
let's talk about that's excuses.
Nigga, well, this is shit. There were times in the fight. There was times in the fight where I was like, I think he hurt. I hurt, but I'm not sure if he hurt. And so
I told you, I like Crawford.
Go ahead.
Oh, let's talk about let Doug get his shit off because you know Doug want to get his shit off.
Put it on Errol Spence. That's what I said. I ain't gonna hold you. That's what I said.
Me and let's talk about it. We in the same because I'm like this whole week when I've been going my live, I'm like let's talk about it being in there every single time. So we've been kind of on the same page for the whole shit. So we expected this to happen, right? I've been waiting for R West. I've been waiting for Dub because I know the type of time y'all niggas been on.
Hey, because we men, I work. I ain't ducking nothing. I don't duck no smoke.
All
my partners Bud fans. I called them first. I called all them first. They say, bro, we can't even troll. You called us. I'm a boxing fan.
Did Errol win one round?
Round one.
Hey, I told you that's all.
That's crazy how y'all Errol fans say round one. Y'all know damn well round one don't mean shit.
No. You said he didn't win it. I had to win it. That's it. That was it.
They answered your question, man. I ain't gonna lie. They answered your question. You moving the goalpost. They answered your question. You moving the goalpost. I got you.
He proceeded to get beat every round after that.
And look, this how you know we ain't R West. I hit you up, bro. And what I said.
Hey, you said Errol got scrubbed.
Scrubbed, bro.
And what was my response?
Dick in the dirt. Put him in the dirt, bud. Put him in the dirt, man.
It's no excuses over here.
Let me ask this question real quick. I'm like, I know there's no excuses because let's be real. You can't have any excuses because this wasn't a close fight. If this was a close fight, you could have excuses. So you got to be humble in this situation.
Wilder Fury people got excuses.
Because that was different. Deontay Wilder dropped Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury, you know what I'm saying? If you drop a nigga and he looked like he died and he woke up from the dead, that's a lot of shit to talk about. That wasn't the case for this.
But this how you know we keeping it a buck right here. This how you know. One of my partners hit me up and get what he said. Man, damn, how Harvey Doc gonna stop the fight? And I'm like, bro, are you not watching the same fight I'm watching?
No. Let's be real. I wasn't mad about it because I was like, I had a 10th round stoppage. I was like, that nigga should have stopped it in the 7th round. Errol's getting dog walk.
I don't think he should have stopped it. Let me tell you why. When he got hit with that, I think it was the right hand clean. And then he got hit in like got skimmed like in the back of his head. The other punches didn't land, and then he stopped it. Now, if he landed one more clean punch, then I agree to stop it.
The man was stumbling around the ring.
It was a wrap, bro.
If he was landing another clean punch,
you know why he stopped it though?
It was a wrap.
He stopped it because of the rematch clause. Because I'm like,
He stopped because he was getting his ass whooped, man. No, he stopped because the fight was done, bro. Like,
That's crazy. We got niggas who was riding for Errol telling me like the reason why, like, yes, he stopped it. I agree with you. He just stopped. He was getting his ass whooped, but he stopped it before it looked too bad. Where it was like, no one's gonna be interested in the rematch.
I told Dub I don't want to see no rematch. I don't want to see no rematch.
That's what he told me.
I did because
Unless I see Errol got to put 4 niggas in the first round first. He got to be 4 niggas in the first round for me to
So real quick, I got questions for y'all niggas. So like real quick, so like supposedly Errol Spence, Danny Drew, he said he wants to rematch, and we're gonna get into what I was talking about with Keith Thurman too.
He's gonna say that
because Dub he get mad at me talking about Keith Thurman, but I'm like Keith Thurman is literally the third nigga. There's no Keith Thurman is the third nigga. Keith Thurman is that nigga right now. Stop disrespecting Keith Thurman.
You better stop disrespecting.
Keith Thurman will beat Errol Spence. Keith Thurman's gonna beat Errol Spence. Let's be honest.
What? Come on. Keith Thurman been out of the ring longer than Errol Spence. He done been out of the ring longer than Errol Spence. Keith Thurman will not. I never thought Keith was gonna be Errol.
Man, we are not talking about sometimes Thurman.
I don't know now. I don't know now.
I'm so disappointed in y'all because I'm like, y'all boxing fans.
How can you
Keith Thurman is the nigga that made the 147 division what it is relevant after Floyd.
How can he say
he was a nigga who made it relevant? After Floyd left, he made the 147 division relevant.
And this is the problem. This is why I don't want to talk about Keith Thurman, because this nigga gonna tell you he finna go on tangents and tirades about the greatness of Keith Thurman when the last nigga we seen him fight is Mario Barrios. This is what he's gonna do.
The greatness of Thurman.
And he worked this shit.
I'm not trying to hear that shit tonight, bro.
That's crazy though. You saying the last person he fought was Mario Barrios, but he worked the shit out of him. Mario Barrios was 147.
I'm out.
Mario Barrios was a 140 fighter.
Right.
I know, but I said he fought him at 147.
Exactly.
And he worked him.
That was his first fight at 47.
He worked him.
This is why y'all got to stay off of YouTube, man. Because I'm like,
I'm a Keith Thurman fan. I paid for that fight. I paid.
No, you're not. If you say you a Keith Thurman fan, then Keith Thurman right now, don't fuck with R. West. Don't ever. If you see him, don't give him an autograph. Nothing, because I'm like, Errol Spence had an 18-month layoff, and y'all riding for this nigga, but y'all got a problem with Keith Thurman fighting Mario Barrios.
No, what I have a problem
I don't have no problem.
What I have a problem with is tonight, Errol Spence and Bud Crawford just fight, and for some reason you want to talk about Keith Thurman. That's my problem.
Yes, I agree.
You telling me Keith Thurman has nothing to do with what's going on right now?
No.
You still want to talk about him. All right,
how? Who Errol Spence? Okay.
About Keith Thurman.
Who is Errol Spence fight next?
Whoever at 54.
According to him, Bud Crawford. According to him.
So see, that's I know. Both y'all niggas stalled because the only fights Errol Spence has right now, he has a Keith Thurman fight.
I didn't stall because of Thurman.
Let's be real. He has a Keith Thurman fight. He has a Terence Bud Crawford fight, and after that, there's nobody else. There's no one else.
He's not gonna fight Thurman. He even when they asked him about the rematch, he said he hopes it happens at 54. The man,
why would Terence Bud Crawford fight him at 154? Tell me.
Okay, cool. So if he don't fight him at 154, then guess what? He ain't finna fight nobody else at 47.
Spence is done with 47. That's a wrap. It's 47 is over.
So that's my point. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. I'm like, y'all trying to avoid Keith Thurman, but I'm like, what other options does Errol Spence have?
Avoid Keith for what, man? And I'm with you. I think that Keith was the man.
Just tell me who Errol Spence has in front of him that he can fight. That's it. I will stop talking about Keith Thurman if he's not relevant. If he's not relevant, tell me who he can fight.
He can fight anybody at 54. He can fight anybody at 54.
Who can Errol Spence fight at 154? Give me 2 names.
He can fight Tim Tszyu. He can fight Lubin.
Tim Tszyu is not going to fight Errol Spence.
He can fight Lubin. He can fight Fundora.
Lubin is not going to fight Errol Spence.
Well, shit. If all these niggas gonna duck it, then I don't know. But Keith
Thurman. So, yeah, that's why I'm like the duck man, because I'm like, that's not a duck.
The Keith Thurman is a rap, bro. The Keith Thurman is a rap. The Keith Thurman is a rap.
Why y'all got so much hate for Keith Thurman? Like, he literally made the 147 division after Floyd. Like,
and then he held
if y'all fuck with boxing, why do y'all hate Keith Thurman so much? It's weird.
Keith. No, I like Keith, and I agree with you.
Y'all fuck with Sean Porter more than Keith Thurman. That's weird. to me.
Because Sean Porter was willing to fight. I don't like Keith Thurman.
Hey, listen. Let me tell you.
Keith Thurman fought everybody. And Keith Thurman, his resume is better than Sean Porter. The only reason he couldn't fight certain people because of injuries.
Hey, Keith Thurman ducked Errol Spence before Errol Spence ducked Keith Thurman.
No, he did not. What the fuck are you talking about?
That is a
You're talking about that press conference where Errol Spence was like, hey, yo, Keith Thurman, you should fight me. And Keith Thurman said, nah, you got to work your way up to me. He's completely right. Errol Spence has done the same thing. Like, Dad, that's complete right. Come on. Oh, my God. I feel like I'm in the same. Like, damn, like this Terence Crawford shit, y'all ain't giving me no new clout when it comes to this Terence. Because I was the nigga 4 or 5 years ago talking to y'all niggas. Terence Crawford is that nigga. Stop talking about Bob Arum and Top Rank doesn't have that same type of level of competition compared to PBC. I was that nigga.
They don't. Here's the thing. Two things can be true. Two things can be true.
He was getting paid.
Give me that cap. Give me that cap so I can refute it.
Here's what the cap. The cap is Terence Crawford resume was weaker than Errol Spence's. He still showed though that regardless of how weak my resume was, I was better than Errol Spence though. And
tell me one person. Tell me one person who fought that was weaker than Errol Spence fought.
Stop it. We're not gonna do this, man.
We are gonna do this because nigga, I want the specifics. I want to know.
Nobody as good as Mikey.
I want to know. I want to know. Like if y'all niggas really know, tell me. One person Terence Crawford fought that was weaker than Errol Spence that made y'all think Errol Spence and PBC is that shit. Tell me name.
Why won't you just say, hey, my guy won the fight? Like I don't think why we talking about old shit.
Because I'm not on that bullshit. Tell me a name. Nigga, tell me a name, nigga.
Garcia.
Ugas. Garcia. Ugas.
Well, you're saying Errol Spence fighting Danny Garcia was the best name over who Terence Crawford fought?
That's a fact.
Yes.
Especially when they fought. Even
Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was pound for pound at the time when they fought.
Mikey Garcia moved up in weight. Y'all niggas, oh my God. Mikey Garcia moved up in weight.
I didn't say Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia moved up in weight. Y'all niggas is comical. And you talking about Danny Garcia? Danny Garcia, give me one nigga that he's beat right now that I should give a fuck about when it comes to it being the same shit Terence Crawford's beat.
Name me one nigga who Terence Crawford fought, who did they beat that we should give a fuck about?
Jose Benavidez Sr., Chavez Cost. Let me also go to
his name is Kavalasquez. And who did Kavalasquez beat?
It don't matter who you beat. You just look at how
that was your argument.
You know I'm fair. You know I'm down the middle. I'm down the middle. Y'all
always go off of who he beat. I go off of what I see. I test when I see what someone is really good at.
But that wasn't the argument. The argument was who had a better resume, and Crawford doesn't have a better resume.
I'm gonna tap back in.
Wait, how does that? Wait. Someone tell me. Wait. Can please somebody tell me how Errol Spence has a better resume?
We done tried, but you're not listening, brother. We done tried.
I am listening because he's fought the same people that Errol Spence has fought.
Andy Garcia is better than anybody that Crawford fought.
That's a cap. Hell no. Danny Garcia is not that good. Y'all gotta stop. And you from Philly, let's talk about it. So I'm not gonna listen to you, bro. Because I'm like, you think you being fair. I'm like, Danny Garcia is not that good, my boy.
Who's better on blood resume than Danny? Who's better than Danny on blood resume?
Sean Porter
on EJ resume.
And last that I looked at, didn't Terence Crawford stop Sean Porter?
And see, this is the problem when we talk.
Kell Brooks is better than Danny Garcia. Last that I looked at,
Kell Brooks is on EJ resume.
I know, and I'm just saying.
So
who stopped him in a better fashion? Terence Crawford stopped him in a better fashion. It proves it. Because we saw Terence Crawford stop Errol Spence. So I'm like, tell me where I'm going.
I just said
tell me where I'm going, y'all.
But before the fight, he had a better resume. It's still a better resume. It's still a better resume.
You just knew the niggas he fought more. Because y'all niggas aren't really into boxing like that.
Listen, he had to fight more. He came in at 2008.
Y'all don't watch boxing like I do.
All right, bro.
He came in 2008.
You got it, bro.
I watch UK boxing also. Do y'all watch UK boxing?
Hey, let's talk about it. Shout out to you, my brother. Much love and respect as
But
always.
Dub hate when I do this shit.
And shout out to you as well, my brother Goose. You know what I'm saying?
Dub hate it. I'm being 110.
Flu talking crazy right now, so I'm gonna let him rock and do his thing. But
what am I saying? That's crazy. Like, be 100. Like, what is the crazy that I'm saying?
Hold on, chill, bro. I'm gonna be back tomorrow.
Be specific. Be specific.
All right. Forget Garcia. What about Ugas?
Who is Ugas? Why is Ugas considered so amazing?
He beat Manny Pacquiao, the same person that Keith Thurman lost to.
So I'm asking
you about PBC, right?
Man, here we go. Now, see, all right, y'all got it. Y'all,
no, hold on. No,
I can't do this.
No. What I'm asking you said.
I don't understand why I'm tripping. Like, we're talking about PBC, right? It's a simple question.
No, we're talking about resume. Resume. Who's better on Crawford resume than Ugas? Nobody. That's what I'm saying. He has a better resume.
Jose Benavidez Senior. Jose Benavidez Senior is
not.
It's junior, not senior.
You don't believe that. You don't believe that. You don't believe that. That's cat. That's cat. That's cat.
I'm out, y'all. I'm out.
Yo, you flying high right now, and I'm flying high right now because Bud won. Yeah, but that's not gonna fly with me. He don't have a better resume.
It's just so crazy to me. If I'm so wrong, if the things I'm talking about when it comes to the resume that he's fighting, if I'm so wrong, how was he able to win?
No, I'm agreeing with you. I'm thinking that nigga's scared of fighting. And in his division, don't forget, he came up in this division. So he had nobody else to fight in that division.
I'd be like, I appreciate everybody when it comes to boxing because y'all be so passionate. I got nothing but love when it comes to people when it comes to boxing. When you say certain things, Dub, you see he was out of there. R West, he was out of there because like, I can't listen to that. I remember I was saying the same shit about Terence beating the shit out of Errol Spence. I can't listen to that shit.
Yeah, I can listen because I can always decipher what's right and what's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that.
Like, even with Danny saying, keep punching, Goose got to ice. My wounds took a lot tonight. Like, my whole entire point is like everything that, like, Terence Crawford winning tonight, you know what that means? It's a lot more than him just making history. It's a lot more than him doing what he does. It also comes back to us little niggas, like me, myself, where it's like,
the underdog. I got
niggas when I'm talking to Dub and he's like, yo, Keith Thurman, why the fuck you talking about Keith Thurman? I'm like,
but I understood why you talking about Keith Thurman. I understood.
That's what I'm like, you realize, like, bro, like, I'm talking about these niggas, like, because I'm like, you said Terence Crawford was a duck because he fought David Aviason.
Nobody
and Errol Spence could have fought Keith Thurman, and he said, I'm not gonna fight him. I'm just gonna fight. Like, how is that not no shit that's relevant to you? So it's like, that's why for boxing, that's why I take breaks from boxing, because I'm like, boxing fans are so on some bullshit. Like, y'all niggas is so fickle. Like, y'all niggas is not real. Like, y'all niggas is cap, bro.
Boxing
y'all niggas is not on real shit.
Boxing fans don't want to split it down the middle and just keep it real. Even if they fight or lose, or even they don't want to say, oh, he lost and this is why, boom, boom. They don't want to do that. That's why. Me, I don't care.
Niggas got mad at me for bringing up Keith Thurman. That's crazy, bro.
That was relevant. And I understood why it was relevant because, like I broke it down before, it's relevant because if I lose to Keith Thurman, if Keith Thurman do what Crawford just did to me, no one's going to see Crawford and me fight. Now everybody wants to see Thurman and Crawford fight. Now I don't get that payday.
So let's talk about it. Can I ask you this? Mm-hmm. Who's the relevant niggas at 147 right now?
You already know who I'm going to say.
Boots, right?
Boots and
so you got Boots, right? Other than that, who's the other nigga who's relevant at 147?
Thurman.
So I'm like, how is me bringing up Thurman some weird shit? The only two niggas that's relevant at 147 is Thurman and Boots.
That's the only two. That's the only two right there.
And Boots is a young nigga, so you know that Errol Spence does not want that work from Boots because he's too young and he will fuck up his own momentum. But Thurman is an old nigga, so it's weird. It's a double-edged sword because it's like Thurman's an old nigga. I don't want him to fuck my shit up. But Boots is a young nigga. I don't want him to fuck my shit up. So it's like it's weird. It's like these niggas who was before Crawford beat this nigga, right? PBC had all the best niggas at welterweight, right?
Mhm.
But now all of a sudden, let's not talk about the niggas that we think are the best niggas at welterweight now. You notice that? Let's not talk about Boots. Let's not talk about Thurman. Let's like be like, oh well, Errol Spence, he had a rough day.
He had a rough day. Let's push them over here. No.
Bruh.
That's not. Boots already. I don't think Boots is ready right now. I think he needs like 1 or 2 more fights just to be sharpened up.
Boots beat Errol. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yeah, he'll
At 23, 24 years old, after seeing what Terence did to Errol, Boots beats Errol.
Yeah, he'll beat Errol. But see, this was a lot of people. Go ahead. No, I was gonna say a lot of people didn't see Errol not Earl. When Crawford was fighting, a couple hits they hit him in southpaw. Then he switched on the orthodox. Then he switched back to southpaw. Man, we thought he was gonna fight on orthodox for the first 6 to switch to southpaw. He mixed it up all through the round. So he could never
came out in southpaw in the first round. Said like, nigga, Errol, you don't know how to deal with the southpaw ass nigga. Oh right. Shit, you don't know how to deal with Boots.
That's what killed him, and he never processed Crawford's style or what was coming. Crawford was 2 or 3 steps ahead of him.
But see, that's the thing. I was like, that's why I was like, I appreciate like Dub, I appreciate R West, like I appreciate y'all niggas, but I'm like, y'all niggas was still, I won't even say in your feelings. Nah, fuck it. Y'all was still in y'all feelings. Like y'all was still like, damn, this shit happened, because I'm like, the way Dub felt the way when I brought Keith Thurman, like Keith Thurman has nothing to do with this. I'm like, he has everything to do with this, because nigga, the division that we're talking about, there's not any other names to talk about other than Keith Thurman, Boots Ennis, Errol Spence, and Terence Crawford. There's no other names.
That's it.
There's no other names. So I'm like, the fact that you don't want to talk about it, I'm like, it makes you feel away, because a lot of y'all niggas talking about, oh, Keith Thurman ain't fought in this amount of years. Okay. All right, he hasn't. Last person he fought was Mario Barrios, right? So why are you using that same shit when it comes to the fact that Errol Spence ain't fought in 18 months and then he decided to fight Terence Crawford? Errol Spence is not active. Why are these PBC fighters not active?
Because they got PBC. They not their own management company. That's
making
why
too much money. That's why I didn't want Andrade to go over there. Now that's a random shit. I'll let nigga call me on that. But I was like, that's why I didn't want Andrade to go over there, because I'm like, Andrade, you'll get too comfortable, nigga.
Right. I think people didn't want Crawford to win just based on that he's his own promoter. He's his own entity. He's his own person. And now he's just like Mayweather now. He can be just like Mayweather, because now they have to fight him. They can't duck him. If y'all want smoke, y'all got. You know what I'm saying?
There's a small difference though in what you're saying, though. You want to know what the small difference is?
It's a big difference.
It's the exact same thing as Mayweather, but unfortunately, we're in 2023 and we have YouTube and all this shit. So unfortunately, a lot of these YouTubers are trying to put Terence Crawford as if he's with the white man. He's a clone. Right. So they try to put it in an aspect where it's like, Terence Crawford is trying to do his own thing, but he's a duck. He's scared. He ain't making this amount of money. And they don't understand. That's why tomorrow I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna be like, nigga, you saying Errol Smith was the A side, and Dub was talking about, oh, the coin side decided who's gonna come out the second time. I'm like, bro, come on. Like, we're too old to know how business is. A coin side didn't decide shit. That shit was in the paperwork.
It was in the paperwork.
Nigga had a prime. He had a prime chain. The only other 2 prime athletes is Alexander Volkanovski and Israel Adesanya.
What about Deion Sanders?
And Deion Sanders. I'm like, you know how much money is? I don't like Logan Paul and KSI. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But I'm like, them niggas, they are making so much money, it's ridiculous.
Right.
They didn't choose Terence Crawford as a 3rd, 4th athlete because it was like, oh, well, nigga, let's take a chance. Like, no, nigga, all this shit is mapped out when it comes to niggas making over 100 mil.
Like prom. And what I'm just saying is, like, now But only I say that is because regardless who I fight, I'm getting majority of my money. Regardless. It might not be like Mayweather, but I'm like Mayweather because I'm gonna get more bigger paydays as that comes. Because I am the
Terence
champion.
Crawford really changed the game, man.
Crawford. So that's why I say it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Because
It is. I agree with you. I'm like Terence Crawford really changed the game. I'm like,
yeah. Now think about it like this. Now
it's just no one giving him credit. That's the crazy part. No one like. I'm gonna be the nigga. This YouTube channel, we gonna give him credit.
I've been giving him credit back then when I was arguing with Doug. I was like, "Yo,
I know we've been. That's what I've been saying. I'm like, we've been giving him credit. But I'm like, them big channels, when you watch them big boxing channels and shit like that, everyone's talking about, oh, nigga, if you're not with PBC and Al Heyman, you a coon. I was like, do you not see what this nigga's doing? I was talking about you froze.
Exactly.
Oh, you good. It might be my shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I don't know. Could be both ours.
Right, we've been up. I'm like, we've been going through this. I'm like, man, it's like tonight was a hell. Let me ask you. I'm gonna ask you. Can I ask you a couple questions? Like before we get the fuck up out of here tonight, can I ask you a couple questions? Let's talk about it.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. I'm with it. Go ahead.
First question I want to ask you is: do you think Errol Spence? All right. Well, shit. I was gonna ask this nigga, so he's out of here, but he's gonna be back, man. I ain't even finna count to you, man. Tonight has been a hell of a night. It's been it's been great. I'm not even finna cap to you. Like this tonight has been such a good time. I've enjoyed it. I'm gonna drop the link again just in case yeah, I don't know what happened with well, I'm gonna drop the link so he can come back because I had some questions. That wasn't it. Well, I just posted. That's not it. So that's it. So I'm like, if y'all want to come up in here, let's talk about whatever. Hit the link real quick. I'm not gonna stay up here too long. It's not even late. It's only 12:33, so it's not like I'm doing something crazy. I've had such a good time tonight. I'm not even finna lie. It has nothing to do with the fact that Jamel. I'm happy I said that because I actually want to ask. Let's talk about it about that. No cap. Okay, here you go. What's good, bro?
All right, what's good? And then what question you had to ask me?
Before I get into that question, let me ask this before I forget. You see what happened with Jamal Charlo and Caleb Plant?
No, what happened? I ain't see
that?
Mm-mm.
So, at the weigh-ins for Errol Spence and Terence Crawford, Caleb Plant slapped the dog shit out of Jamal Charlo.
Really?
Like slapped that nigga. Like it wasn't no. Like I was like when I was doing the live yesterday and I watched it, I thought it was gonna be some bullshit. Like oh, it was gonna be some extra. No, he slapped that nigga like that, and Jamal was like, he got slapped. He was like, "Why'd you do that?" And then he noticed the cameras was on him. And he tried to act tough, but he got slapped like
the older brother or the younger brother.
Come on now, you know Jamel wouldn't fuck with that. The younger brother, you know the younger brother, that nigga would have shot the whole shit up. It was the older brother. The older brother who's been dealing with shit. He ain't fought in a while. Caleb Plant slapped the shit out. Like it was a clean. It wasn't no like, yo, nigga, stop being extra. No, it was a real slap. Like that nigga slapped him like, bah. Like I'll punch the shit out you, but nah, I don't respect you like that. I'm gonna slap you, nigga. Like he slapped him.
So what's your question?
How you feel about it? You think Jamal, excuse me, Charlo is ever gonna come back to boxing?
Yeah, he has to.
But why? If Jamel, if his younger brother is taking all his accolades, I'm like, Jamel finna fight Canelo. What does Jamal have left to prove? Coming back, if he came back to boxing, what does he have left to prove?
He gotta get some money. He gotta get the bag. He's still gonna get money. Still gonna get paid. He's still going, you know what I'm saying? He still got, it's still a career at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? What else he gonna do? He can't live on the money he got for the rest of his life because he's gonna go through alimony and child support.
So you tell me he's a punching bag.
I mean, I don't think it'd be a punching bag. I think he'd still be good. I think he'd knock niggas out. I think he'd be good. I think he'd have some more. He'll be really fighting for something now.
You think you confirmed everything for a nigga? I'm like, Jamal Charlo's done.
You think he's done because he got smacked by Caleb Plant and he ain't do nothing?
You can't be no goddamn fighter on the edge, and you get slapped by another nigga in your division, and you don't do shit. And then when he sees the camera, like I'm telling you, I'm like, you haven't seen it. When we get off, look it up. But I'm telling you, I'm like, he got slapped, and he was like, the way Jamal was like, he was like, why you do that type shit? And he saw the cameras on him. He was like, nigga, I'll fuck you up. If that was Jamel, his younger brother, the lighter nigga, Jamel would have probably, niggas would have probably been fighting for their life. Nigga would have been dead.
Why he smacking?
I don't know. I think he was talking some shit to him. He was saying some shit. He was trying, you know.
Well, that's the fight. That's the fight right there. That'd be his fight, Caleb Plant. Who I've been waiting to fight Caleb Plant.
That's a fact, but that's not a good look for Jamal at all.
Maybe it was planned. Maybe, you know what I mean, the smack wasn't a smack as we think of the smack. Catching everybody surprise, and when he come back now, it's a promotional thing. Boom, boom, boom. Get it all big, and, you know, people want to see it. I don't know. I can't see a nigga getting smacked and not doing nothing straight from the gate. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't. He got slapped, and it almost seemed like they were kind of cool, and he got slapped out of nowhere because I'm like, Jamal Charlo, he didn't react at first. He was like, it almost seemed like he was like, what the fuck? And then when he saw the cameras, he was like, oh, nigga, let me be a certain type of way. So
that's what I'm saying. If you're not expecting a smack or a punch, and you get smacked by a big ass Caleb Plant, you can feel that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just as a boxer reaction, you gonna react. You know what I'm saying? So I felt it might have been Plant. I don't know. I don't trust everything I see sometimes, man.
No, I agree with you there. Because I'm like, when I'm not thinking about it, and I'm like, even see a Danny Drew, I'm like, that's a different thing. It's like, you know, all in ego shit. He was later for Caleb Plant. He a wannabe. Don't like him. Because I'm like, nigga, a lot of niggas take him for what he did with Canelo, excuse me.
Right.
So it's like, he's probably trying to draw some shit up. It's like, it was weird. Like, you know, why would a nigga try and slap Jamal Charlo? Like, Jamel, I understand, because Jamel talking shit, but I'm like, Jamal been chilling.
Right. And then you sit back in there and you watch the fight, and come on, man. No. It's on sight when I see you. It's like you smack me for no reason. Like, you put your hands on me. Like, when I see you, I'm gonna see you. I don't care. I'm on edge anyway, so people gonna understand.
So it's probably some promotional shit.
Yeah, I think it's more promotional than anything, you know what I'm saying? And being on here on edge, he can play it off like, you know, I got a lot going on. When he smacked me, I was more in shock. You know, he hit like a bitch anyway. You know what I mean? Now you can say shit like that, you know.
Watching it, if you just watch his reaction, that's how it was. Because I'm like, he slapped him. He's like, man, that's disrespectful. He slapped him. But it's like, at the same time, you a grown man. Why are you slapping another nigga? Like, that's another thing he's going to come up with. Like,
let me explain something to you. If my 4-year-old son, me and you chilling, right, watching the fight, watching the game, my 4-year-old son came out and just smacked you out of nowhere. You be like, yo, what's up? What's your son, yo?
Yeah, that's what you're gonna be on. You like, nigga, what the fuck you doing? Like, chill, bro.
I know I ain't gonna hit him, but like, yo, what's up with your son? Why you just smacked me? Yo, we're gonna laugh it off. Still gonna discipline him, but at the same time, you gonna have some type of reaction. A grown man smack you, you gonna react how you gonna react. And you're a fighter anyway, so you gonna react and like, yo, they'll have to push you back from the gate. So I don't know, man. It's kind of difficult.
I won't lie. If I'm a boxing nigga, I'm training, all that type of stuff, and I got another boxing motherfucker that I can possibly fight, and he just slapped me, I won't even try to hit that nigga back. I'll just look at that nigga. I'll just be like,
Then you're gonna do
Like,
that
okay.
throughout the tournament. I'm
Yeah, I'd
gonna
be like,
see.
I'd be like, bet. I'd be like, bet.
Right.
All right,
But
you
when
on
you
my
see
list, weird nigga.
and he tough guy, now it seems like it's playing. You know what I'm saying? If you would have just said, okay, I got you, you bitch ass
You right.
motherfucker.
That shit
You
would
know,
stay. Caleb Plant versus Jamal Charlo's finna happen, y'all.
that's gonna happen. That's the next fight when they come right. When they come back, it's gonna be commotion. He got smacked. It's gonna be on the internet. It's gonna be on this. It's gonna be on that.
You
How you
saying
gonna
like at the first, I was like, yeah, that's all clout chase. Like, yeah, that's Caleb Plant versus Jamal Charlo
Yeah.
finna happen. And I'll say that Jamal Charlo from 2 years ago, Jamal Charlo definitely winning, definitely beating him. Right now, I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm not even gonna cap. I don't know how it's gonna go. It's probably gonna be a lot closer fight than I've expected, etc. Okay, so all right. It's the weekend, so it's like I'm not trying to go to sleep early, nothing like that. No, but we gotta talk about, you know what I'm saying, the shit that needs to be talked about, right? It don't make sense to not talk about this shit. You feel me? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford ended up getting the dub. So one of the main points or one of the main questions that I actually had when it comes to this particular fight was, do we think Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, the rematch, is actually going to be something that's going to take place?
Yes, I think it's something's gonna take place because listen, if I'm a great boxer and I'm a warrior and I just lost all my belts.
I'm like, real quick, you're Errol Spence. Everything you're saying right now, you're Errol Spence, my nigga. So
Right. I lost all my belts. I know where I went wrong at. I didn't respect his power. I didn't respect his skills. So at the
remember, Errol didn't win out one round. But go ahead, keep going.
I know where I went wrong. I tried to do the jab, but I know adjustments what I gotta make, and so yeah, I'm gonna make those adjustments. I'm not gonna tell you my adjustment I gotta make, but now I'm not talking as Errol Spence. I'm talking as myself now. He had to move through
this fight hype.
Yeah, he look like what's his name? He look like
That boy
Martin.
was like he done. Errol Spence got humble, my boy.
Right, I told him get over here.
Or over there, or
hey, you seen real quick? You see R. West didn't come back on this joint. You see Dub. He tried to make his appearance and he tried to stay whole. And I'm proud of that nigga. I'm happy he was able to come here. But you see them niggas ain't here for the long term though. There's a reason behind it. And enjoy your night. Let's talk about it. But I'm like, there's a reason why R. West ain't here. There's a reason why Dub ain't here, my nigga. Because I've been saying for the 3 to 4 last years, I'm like, Errol Spence is not on Terence Crawford's level. And those were the same niggas that tried to tell me when the Davey Avanson fight happened, duck. And you heard Dub. He was like, no, that shit's still a duck. And I'm like, nigga, how is that a duck, bro? Like, what are you talking about? That's not a duck.
So what question you had to ask me?
How do you just feel about the overall fight? How it happened? Did you expect it to go that way? Are you happy with the outcome? Do you feel like the fight that happened, did it meet its expectations, or do you think it was underwhelming?
I'm happy with the overall fight because there was no running. It was actually fighting in that fight, and that's what we came to see. Take my hat off to Errol Spence. He's a warrior. He's a true fighter. He's a true gladiator. The whole nine. I would like to see a rematch because I think he can make adjustments.
You really want to see a rematch for real?
Yeah, I want to see a rematch because
I think it'll be different.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a different fight, a totally different fight.
That's interesting.
And the only reason I say that is because if you heard like, yo, you coming up in weight, you too small, you know what I mean? Once I put these hands on you, you know what I'm saying? He grew into his weight. You see what I'm saying? He gave him too many fights. That's why he took the tune-up fight so he can get used to fighting in that weight class. Getting hit by
Crawford?
Crawford, yes. You know what I'm saying? So
Crawford's older than Errol Spence. So can you possibly say that maybe he had nothing to do with growing into his weight? Just know shit, and he wasn't arrogant. He really had to fucking do.
If I've been fighting at he started at 135?
135, moved up.
So if I started at 135, that means naturally I was walking around probably like 145, 140, right?
And a lot of people were saying what Errol Spence was a bigger fighter, right? Than
Right.
Terence.
I'm just saying. So just think how Crawford came up. He was at 135. Then he went up to 140. Then he went up to 147. You see what I'm saying? So he gradually put weight on. So he was at naturally 147. You know what I'm saying? But as he get older, you get older, you put more weight on. You know what I'm saying? But when he fought those fights, he knew he felt the power of that class. And now he got the frame down. Now I'm lifting into this weight. I'm stronger in this weight. And now I'm running in this weight. Now I can carry this weight. You see what I'm saying? And
I
that
agree
means,
with you.
you know what I'm saying, as a boxer, because I box a little bit. So I know the training part. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm speaking. So you know how that is. So at the end of the day, I would love to see a rematch because I think great fighters make adjustments. Like for instance,
It'd be the same situation. If they have a rematch, it'd be the same thing. Errol Spence is not on Terence Crawford level.
Sugar Ray and Durant. Sugar Ray lost his Durant second fight. He made adjustments and he said no mas.
We're talking about two legends. We're not talking about two legends. We're talking about one legend.
Durant not a legend?
No, I said we're talking about two legends. We're not talking about two legends when it comes to this fight. Errol Spence Jr. is not a legend.
Okay.
And I would say this, I like the same way you have these. You heard Dub, you heard R West when they was like Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is more of a legend than Errol Spence Jr. And y'all can say whatever the fuck you want to say about it, but when this shit is all said and done, Keith Thurman is gonna be the nigga y'all gonna be talking about more than Errol Spence. But I'm gonna leave it at that.
So in his weight class, he's not the most dominant. He wasn't the most dominant before this fight.
Keith Thurman was.
I'm just saying, I feel like he was one of the most dominant in his weight class at this time.
Yeah,
before.
When it comes to niggas wanting to make you believe shit that you don't want to believe, but no, Keith Thurman's better than Errol Spence.
I believe that, but when he lose an old ass Pacquiao at that time, and you Uga,
he didn't lose the Pacquiao. That's the crazy part.
That shit didn't look good. He didn't look good in that fight at all, and you know that he ain't look good at all. And that's what
He didn't, but he won the fight. If you really watch it, he won the fight, but he didn't look good. Errol Spence Jr. He didn't look good against Ugas, but he won the fight.
No, I think he looked
better than Pacquiao. No,
yeah.
You know, like that, like shit gets set up for a ring. Like all this shit is like manufactured. Like okay, we're gonna make Ugas against Pacquiao. We're gonna make Ugas beat Pacquiao, and so we're gonna discredit Keith Thurman. Like all this shit is manufactured. Like I see all this shit, and it's like. All y'all niggas have so much shit to say about me. You can say whatever you want to do. Y'all can look at all my previous videos when it comes to Terence Crawford. I've been told y'all what's going to happen with this fight. So if y'all niggas got any problem with what I got to say when it comes to boxing, that's cool. But my motherfucking reputation, that shit really follows me. So what's up? So I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, shit real.
So this is what I would say about Crawford though. He's a machine. He remind me of Mayweather, and the reason I say he remind me with because it seems like he stays in the gym.
He's not like Mayweather. If he would have fought Mayweather, he would have beat Mayweather. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I love Mayweather to the T. But if Mayweather would have fought Crawford would have smoked Mayweather.
Right? No,
Mayweather would have not been able to beat Kell Brook. Kell Brook would have been it would have been problems with him if he would have fought Kell Brook.
You know what I'm saying about when I say about Mayweather. He stays in the gym, it seems like. When you're in Nebraska, ain't too much of shit to do in Nebraska. I went out there. I visited Nebraska University. I had a scholarship to go go out there. That's the only reason I went. It sticks out there. Ain't nothing to do out there. So if he's in the boxing, that's all he's going to do. He's always in the gym. You see what I'm saying? And he got 7 kids. So he gotta work. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no time. And he started. And he's
said that because that was one of the things I said. The reason why Terence Crawford was going to win because everyone was trying to talk about Errol Spence being a down to earth, disciplined man. I was like, this nigga Terence Crawford been married to the same woman for I don't know how long. All his kids are by one woman.
Drunk and shit like that. You don't see that.
He's by one. Terence Crawford, all his kids is by one woman. And I'm a nigga. I'm like, I'm not married to no woman, but I know, like, I'm a wild card. Like, I know the difference between fucking with multiple bitches and being on bullshit compared to a nigga who's gonna be like, yo, this is my chick, and I've had kids since 7, 8 years ago. Like, that shit different. And Errol Spence was not on that type of time. And I
Yeah,
said that.
he got 6
That
with her and got 1 by somebody else.
that's why Dub was out of here, bro.
Yeah, nah, cause he
Well,
knew
R West was out of here. I'm like, y'all niggas talking about shit that's
See,
like
I don't
y'all
know.
niggas don't know boxing, man. Y'all niggas is following your favorite boxer, but you're not following the boxers that you don't know about. That's the difference between you and me. I follow niggas that you not following.
Mm-hmm.
You follow your favorite boxer, you fuck with him. Cool. I follow your favorite boxer, and I'll also follow all these other motherfuckers.
You know why I like following niggas? Because I want to see the up and comers. Like I've been following Enos for a minute because he's from Philly. I've been following Garcia.
I fuck with Ennis.
I've been following with them. I've been like way
So I'm
back.
100. Like I fuck with Ennis. Like I'm 100 though. I fuck with Ennis, but I'm 100. I can see how that shit go. Cause I follow UFC MMA too.
You know what
That
I'm mad
shit
at?
also. So I'm like, I'm not no cap nigga. I'm not no favoritism. Like y'all see my channel. My shit has not grown the way it should have been. But I'm the first nigga. Like it's so crazy. This is what makes me so mad. That's why I'm talking my shit so extra. 3-4 years ago, I was a nigga telling y'all bitch niggas
Talk your shit.
washing boots, watching Terence Crawford, saying, stop coming in my comments talking about you a coon. You ain't for the black people. These niggas ain't really for our people. Like, well, this shit has nothing to do with what we got going on. These niggas is making money.
Talk about it. Talk
You
about it.
weird ass niggas. Like, y'all niggas is weird, bro. So I'm like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I've been through so much shit when it comes to this channel. Like,
Talk about it. Talk about it.
niggas have been weird, bro. Niggas is weird. Like, I have so many people coming in my shit. Like, why you keep talking about Terence Crawford is the best welterweight? That nigga's with Bob Errol. You a coon.
So I'm a coon because
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
that don't even make sense. Shit
I
like,
know. I've been dealing with that. You don't understand, like, bro. That's why YouTube, I be off and on. I'm like, there's a lot of niggas making mad money because they go through that shit. And it's like, I gotta learn to just really go through their shit. And it's not, ain't not no shit where I give a fuck what you're saying. I want you to go crazy. Say what the fuck you say. I don't care. The reason why I stopped doing this shit is on some personal shit.
yeah, you can't.
Nothing has to do with YouTube itself.
First of all, you don't even know the niggas, first and foremost. And second of all, they tune in into you. So you need them to be there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
But
keep talking.
boxing combat is so racial, man. Niggas associate that shit with so much racial shit. It's crazy. Even me talking like Dub being up in here, like he was telling me like, yo, like Errol, like I'm gonna take the L. You got the W. But it's like,
he ain't get a
nigga,
W.
you say all that shit, that sound good, but I'm like, I remember so many months and years where you really made a nigga feel like I was on some bullshit fucking with Terence Crawford. Like I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about.
Like he was trash or something, right?
Yeah. Yeah, bet. I'll be the same way, nigga.
That's how
Okay.
they be.
That shit's not really a big deal. But then when it's a big deal, it's like, oh yeah, that shit, I was always rocking with it. It's easy.
Listen, you can rewind your tapes. You hear me talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
I know, because I'm like, this whole week, I'm like, we was on some shit. I'm like, you was in there this whole week.
Exactly.
So I was like, I ain't got no, but
like I said, I ain't gonna lie. I'm very disappointed in Errol Spence. I'm very disappointed in his performance. But like I said, he gets hit with a lot of shots. I'm not sure if he can get hit and take Crawford punches like that. I said that. And obviously he can't. He has too much power.
I'm still disappointed. Like I'm on the same shit as you. Was like, I had Terence Crawford winning, but I'm very disappointed to see how Errol Spence was nowhere near the same level as Terence Crawford. So I'm actually intrigued when they're saying like, yo, Errol Spence wants to rematch. I'm like, Errol Spence wants to rematch? Like, why would he want the rematch?
Because as a boxer and as a fighter, I felt like I know. All right, it's like this. I felt like I won the first round, right? Boom. The second he got knocked down in the third, right? In the third round, he got knocked down, right? The flash knockdown when he got hit in the neck.
Yeah.
I think when that happened, he had to press the fight more than he wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because he felt like that was a 10-8 round.
Let me ask you this. Let's talk about it. Who would you rather lose to? Would you rather lose to Terence Crawford or Keith Thurman?
Crawford.
Okay. So he's saying, let's do this rematch with Terence Crawford because he knows the only other person the motherfucker has to fight after this is who? Keith Thurman.
Thurman or Boots.
Boots is not even in the conversation. As much as I want Boots to be in the conversation, he's not because he's just so young.
Yeah,
So
but
it's like the excuse that you can make as a nigga like Errol Spence is like, well, you're so young, you gotta do what you gotta do. Keith Thurman is a veteran in the game. So it's like, what can you say? It's like, why aren't you fighting Keith Thurman?
what Spence said though, because what Spence said was, if this young boy keep telling him, I'm gonna give him what he want. That's what he said about Boots. And let's be
I
honest.
know, but you can keep that.
Hold up, what's gonna bring more money? Boots or Thurman?
Thurman's gonna bring more money.
No. Boots is more exciting. It's gonna be a knockout. It's not Thurman. They're gonna like he older, he old. You know how boxing is. Let's stop playing. Boots exciting. He young. He's gonna promote the fight.
So let me
it's
ask
gonna
you this.
be.
Let's talk about. We're arguing about
Mhm.
Thurman, older nigga, Boots, a younger nigga.
Right.
Bro, Spence is like, I'm done with
Middleweight.
147. Yeah. He's like, I'm going up to 154. So it's like he knows this before we know this. He's like, yo, I'm not even finna argue about that shit. Like, I'm going up to 154.
And the fight. And the who gonna fight up there? Charlo. He can't.
Well, we can't, because Charlo versus Canelo is gonna happen, and I think Canelo's gonna beat the brakes off of him. So Charlo, but we got Tim Tszyu. We don't got much happening right there. So
That's why he's safe there. But can he take the power shots from there?
he'll be able to take the power shots from there. I think he will. Errol Smith will, as much as I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that nigga is a cap artist and his fans are a cap artist, but seeing what happened with him and Terence Crawford, the dude was a smaller weight class, the dude was supposed to be smaller than him, like Errol Smith isn't what everyone expected, but I think at the same time, I don't think anyone should under acknowledge or give a disrespect to what he's been able to do, because it has nothing to do with Errol Smith not being that good. I think it has to do with everything with Terence Crawford being better than what everyone expected. I think that's really what it is.
And nobody want to get that.
Yeah, it's like Terence Crawford is that nigga. You never expected Terence Crawford to be that good. He is that good. I think that's what it is.
He exposed it, and the reason that he got 35 knockouts or 30 knockouts is because he was supposed to knock them niggas out. If Errol Spence fought them, he's supposed to knock them out. The ones that escape, they escape. But I showed you why I got 30 knockouts, because the people I'm fighting, I'm not supposed to be fighting. My skill level is higher than that. But being on my late bloomer, I came in 2008, my debut fight. That's his debut, right? 2008, 2009, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Even to add on to that, though, I'm like, it's not even the fact I was supposed to knock them niggas out. I think it's more so it's like them niggas just not on my level.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm supposed to knock them out because they not on my level. That's what I'm saying. So it's like I'm going the distance with these niggas. Well, then you're not really that good. When you see a 30 knockouts, 35 knockouts, and then you have some names, maybe not the names that you have, but I do have the names that you do have, and I stopped them niggas early. So you know what I'm saying? I do have that credibility, but you don't believe in my credibility because I'm in a lighter weight class. But I could come up to your class and beat your ass too, because my power transcends from a lower class to the upper class, like Gervonta Davis. That's a bigger Gervonta Davis right there. Or I should say, he's a little Crawford. I should say that. Because Gervonta Davis is a little Crawford because Crawford's older.
Before we get up out of here, because I want to stay up here a long time. I didn't expect to be here for almost 4 hours. And I'm not even gonna lie, it's been amazing. But I'll say this right now. Let's talk about it. And I'm not mad. I actually appreciate R West coming up, because I was talking mad shit about R West. I was talking mad shit about Dub, and they came up here. But a lot of the shit they were saying was a lot of bullshit.
Yes,
The niggas
yes,
don't know boxing. They don't know boxing. They don't.
Dub know boxing. I think Dub know boxing. I don't know R. West enough to say he do or he don't.
Our
I think
West and Dub, they both don't know boxing. They think they do. I don't give a fuck. We have a debate all day. They do not know boxing.
But
And the
listen,
reason why I say the shit I say is because every time I have a prediction, my shit ends up being right. I know boxing, nigga.
listen, you need to go on his like when he gets his channel, they be having a little panel on there and they be
I
going back.
know. And I
Right.
don't do it. I let it
Right.
go.
Right. And they
Them niggas don't know boxing, bro. And I let them have it. But I'm like, you gotta understand. I'm like, you do. I'm like, it doesn't have nothing to do with them though. When you think about the mainstream boxing channels, they don't know boxing. Because majority of them niggas said Errol Spence was finna have the absolute amazing time with what happened tonight.
nah. Like I said, Errol Spence can take a lot of shots. And if he could take his power, if he could take Crawford power, he'll have a decent day. But if he can't, he ain't.
Bro,
But he got
we had a whole like that nigga, there's videos this whole entire week where we was talking about this shit where we already like we both predicted Errol
Crawford
Spence might have some success, but he's gonna lose.
in the 11th. We said the 11th, he was gonna get knocked out. We said 11th round.
So that's my whole point. I'm like, majority of all this other shit, they was like, oh, Terence Crawford he's too small. He ain't gonna have no success against Errol Spence. He's gonna have trouble. So that's all I'm saying. I'm like, I'm tired of these like mainstream channels and stuff. Like, man, fuck out of here. Like, if y'all really want to know boxing, come tap in.
Right. Because at the end of the day, if I'm about 155, 160, right? If I went down to 147, right, or 147, say if I was at one, because in high school I was like 137, 147, right? Boom. Let's say if I was there and I was fighting at that weight class, boom, boom. As I got older, my weight changed, so I grew into that weight. Now, just because I'm not at 147, that don't mean I ain't walking around at 150, 155 like you. You see what I'm saying? I just choose to lose this weight because I can. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't want to lose that much weight. I only want to lose 3 pounds or 4 pounds or 7 pounds.
Terence Crawford was a little nigga, right? Because you know he was coming up, and he was older, right?
But his body was chiseled. You could tell he was working.
Fuck how your body look. Y'all niggas. And I'm like, actually, what you saying? Let's talk about it is absolutely 100% correct. But I'm trying to give us a W.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all niggas trying to be on some bullshit talking about us being older. Y'all young niggas think y'all got some shit going. Like, nah, nigga.
Exactly.
Just because you think you the shit, nah, nigga. We got experience.
Experience, and you always underestimate the old heads. That's what you do. You always
all day,
and that's when you get in trouble. That's when you get in
all
trouble.
day. Talk to him.
I don't underestimate no 17, no 16, no 15, no 14, no 13, a no-year-old. I don't underestimate nobody because I know a 13-year-old boy killed somebody. Cold blood, and he was cold-blooded. 13-year-old boy, I was like, yo, this nigga gonna be a murderer. I ain't know he was already a murderer. You see what I'm saying? Philly streets, nigga. Like, so I don't
crazy.
Should be crazy. I know Mississippi's crazy. I know all that. I don't even.
I'm in Memphis, nigga. I'm like, I already know Philly crazy, but I'm in Memphis, nigga. So you already know what type of time we out here in Memphis.
Exactly. So at the end of the
look
day,
up Memphis, nigga. I don't even want to be on that type of time, but I'm like, y'all look up Memphis, nigga.
I already know how. I don't have to look it up. I already know how it is.
I'm not part of it. I'm not part of it at all. I'm the nigga that's part of it. Where when I go into my office where I'm working, niggas look at me. People will look at me. They be like, "Why are you here?" I don't. They trying to figure out like, why are you successful? Like, you shouldn't be here.
Exactly. So
I hate that. I hate that shit, but I love it at the same time. But that's a whole different argument. I'm not gonna get into that.
I'm in Jersey now.
I'm not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into that. It's just that's how this shit go. But before we get up out of here, you got any last shit you want to say? Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Before we get the fuck up out of here.
Man, sign on to my page. Look me up. Let's talk about it. 1414. Talk about battle rap. We talk about. I don't talk about boxing. I leave this the Goose, and I come on here and I bust it up with him. But I do talk about just the recaps and things like that. I do health and wellness a lot.
You better be here for tomorrow. I'm gonna go crazy tomorrow. I'm having the craziest hell. I'm going crazy tomorrow because I'm going at every motherfucker
Oh, you gonna shoot your gun
who
tomorrow?
said I was on some bullshit saying that Terence Crawford was the best nigga in that division for the last 4 years. I'm going crazy. I don't give a fuck.
Time to, nigga. Time
Cause
to.
y'all niggas was calling me a coon. Y'all niggas was just saying I was with the white man. Y'all had so much shit to say to me. Fuck y'all niggas.
And it's all false. And look, the coon, how's he a coon and he got his own shit? His own promotion team.
Even
Listen.
with, let's talk about you. You was there when I was talking about this shit. When I was talking about the BLK platform, all that shit, niggas was telling me like still like
Black is first.
you a duck. That shit fake. You ain't shit. He's scared of fighting Errol Spence. I'm like, that nigga's not scared of fighting Errol Spence. Errol Spence is not the nigga you think he is.
First of all,
I'm
why
like,
not?
that's really the biggest shit. I'm like, that's really everything out of, that's what everything's getting out of it is like, Errol Spence is a great fighter, but I'm like, he's not what y'all thought.
Why not grab this 8 to 10 million real quick and fight this bum real quick and get tuned up in his weight class and then come back and fight you in a couple more months? But you sent out a whole shit after a car accident.
Someone tell me why he didn't fight Keith Thurman, but when I bring up Keith Thurman, it's like, oh, this is a whole nother conversation.
No, it's not.
Why?
That was relevant, but he didn't look at it at that. I looked at it like what you was like.
He with PBC. Why is that a different conversation? He with PBC. Why is that a different conversation?
And my whole thing is this: if you lose to Keith Thurman, you don't fight Bud, and you don't get paid that money. You fight Keith Thurman, that's not really no money compared to what you fighting Bud for. So you'd rather sit out and fight Bud
with a rematch clause,
and have a rematch clause because that's where the bag is at. You see what I'm saying? You 33 years old. You know you only got 2 or 3 more years. You already had 2 car accidents. You don't think that has something to do with your brain? You had your eye socket put back in.
I ain't gonna bring it up. You brought it up. I ain't gonna bring it up for the year.
Yeah, but all that matters. All that accounts for your body. And I'm not using him for an excuse, but that's why he didn't fight Keith Thurman. So that was a duck. If you call him what's the name of duck? That's all I'm saying. I don't look at it as duck in boxing. I look at it as smart business. You know what I'm saying? Why fight him?
In that era, I'm like, a lot of these new niggas, when they hear Keith Thurman, they think Keith Thurman an old nigga. And I'd be like, you a weird ass nigga. I'm like, Keith Thurman is 1 year older than Errol Spence. Like, Keith Thurman's only 34. Like, Errol Spence is 33. Keith Thurman's like, keep calling Keith Thurman an old nigga. Like, he's not old, you weird ass niggas.
Yeah, I think that was a good business move on Errol Spence's part because you know why? If I lose, I'm just coming off a car accident. I don't know how I'm going to really be. So if I lose, I'm nobody's
18-month layoff also.
Right, 18 months later. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to win that fight against Bud. I'm not going to get that fight against Bud. You know what I'm saying? Because now Bud going to be fighting Thurman. So now I'm out the loop now. Now I'm fighting contenders to trying to get back to get the Bud or whoever. Now Bud is the A side. I get to control everything. I get to control the narrative and get paid maybe majority of the money. I don't know how that worked out. I don't know about that part. But you know how A side used to get
paid majority of it. I'm like,
and now
he lost, but he's getting paid a good amount. Yeah, like there's a reason why I accepted this. You know what I'm saying?
I'm my own promoter, so I'm getting majority of the money anyway. So now if I flip it and I lose the Bud, I'm respected. That's a respectable loss. You see what I'm saying?
Good.
I come back and do a rematch, and then I'm gonna beat him in my mind. In my mind, if it happens like that.
Let's see if this rematch happens. Like, I'll be very surprised if this rematch happens because I'm like, I understand a rematch when it's close, but a rematch when it's in this situation, like, why the fuck would you want a rematch in Errol Spence's case? Money, obviously, like you said, let's talk about it. But I'm like, there's a point where you're like, come on now.
I gotta do more head movement, my hands up, and you know what? I think he should have stopped the jab. And this came in like, yeah, like came in like this, bang. You know what I'm saying? And this came in and give him more head.
But has Derrick James ever been a coach where he understood how to stop the jab?
Not. Yeah, it's not. And he couldn't turn Crawford because Crawford was too strong to turn.
Too strong. Footwork is everything. Errol
Yes.
Spence's footwork was my other one. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it at that. We've been up here 3 hours. We about to go into 4 hours. I'm
Yo,
believe it. I'm having some fun. Let's talk about it. You was the first person to say like I'm gonna be out here early. Like, nah, I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna be back tomorrow though. I'm gonna be talking my shit because I want to get Let's Talk About It and R West back in the building. Hopefully, I was surprised I got him in here tonight. That you seen they was on some bullshit. Them niggas was trying to cope with. They was trying to cope. Nigga,
yeah,
I'm
they
like,
trying to.
yeah,
I'm still gonna stay with him, this, that, and another. I'm still
yeah,
gonna ride.
yeah.
You should ride with him. You, your wife, and Dub.
You
I
got
see if
to.
I smoking bud. They bought some smoking bud shirts.
You
Y'all
got
ain't
to.
smoking bud. Only bud
Any
y'all
last
smoking.
words? Let's talk about it before we get the fuck out of here.
Man, like I said, hit my page. Let's talk about 1414. Cayenne pepper, save lives, save heart attacks. You can check my page out. Tells you all about it. We talk about battle rap, whatever you want to talk about. Put it in the comments, and we'll talk about that too. As you see, I can get any topic going. We can just flow with it. You know how that go. So that's what
Yeah,
it
I
is.
know, man. That's why I fuck with Let's Talk About It. Nigga can get any topic going crazy. So we're gonna get up out of here for the night. Um, this was supposed to be a legendary night. Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. It was legendary because we had a final
You know
understanding
what?
of everything, but it wasn't legendary when it comes to fight. That shit was
Met
bullshit.
met the
It wasn't
expectation.
close at all.
It was a mega fight.
It was a mega fight, but it wasn't close at all. Like that shit was not.
Well, think about it like this.
Let's be real. It was a disappointment. Let's be real. It was a disappointment.
Think about it like this. Thomas Hearns and Hagler was a mega fight, and that only went 3 rounds.
But in
But
that
what?
same sense,
He
there
knocked
was a competitiveness to it.
his ass through the ropes, through the whole shit. He like, come on, man, come on.
It was a competitiveness to it, though. I'm like, when it comes to this fight, I was like, that shit.
Because you know why, we're older and we can witness it a little bit better than we witnessed
You're
that
right.
fight.
You're right.
Our parents like, oh, this some look at this. This was a mega fight, but look, 3 rounds, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We
You're right.
older.
You're right.
A little bit.
I'm trying to be young nigga. I'm trying to act like, but you're right. I'm like old nigga. I'm like that shit is, but I'm like for me, I'm like there was a competitive. I guess I'm just trying to really just shove it in the face of a lot of y'all niggas who thought Errol Spence was on the same level with Terence Crawford and it wasn't even close.
But that's the same thing. Thomas Hearns wasn't on the same level as Hagler.
So let me talk my shit, goddamn it. Fuck it. Let me stop being humble.
Exactly.
Y'all niggas was on that shit. So, but I appreciate you. Let's talk about it. Let's get the fuck up out of here, man. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm going crazy. Like tomorrow night, I'm going live, and I'm gonna see if Dub comes up in there and if R West comes in there because I got a lot of shit to say.
Around
I
what
got a lot of shit to say.
time?
All right, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Around what time
Talk
you
about
going? Around what time you going to go? I'm going live tomorrow. Approximately.
It'll probably be like 10 my time, 10 Central Time. So like
10.
8 Western Conference, 11 Eastern Conference. So it'll probably be like 10 my time.
I got you. That's cool. I'll be home and I'll be home locked in.
All right. Appreciate it. Let's talk about it. We out of here. We up out of here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Much love to the people. This is one of the biggest fights ever in the last decade. I don't know if it ended up being that way. Either way, I told y'all niggas how it was gonna go, and it went that way. Much love to people. So I'm out of here.
Definitely. Peace.
Salute.